Happy Friday, my beautiful movie peeps, and thank you so much for clicking and watching me in this video where I'm going to give you some of the greatest movie content you have ever seen in your life. All those other movie YouTubers, unsubscribe, block them, don't even look at them. You're loyal to me as long as you're here. That's the way it works. Oh, so great to have you guys here. Chrissy Poo, where are you? I am here. I did not leave you. I might have said I went out for milk, but I brought the milk back and I didn't leave you because I wouldn't do that to you. Oh, it's a wonderful, lovely day. Yes. Oh, just got to give all the graces in the chat. Greetings, King. Well, greetings to you, Porter. For sure. Hello, Unc. Hey, at this point, I'm fine with the title. Unc. I can rock Unc. I'm cool and hip. The kids give me a nickname. Oh, we still doing that? Flint and Steel. Oh, it's going to be a lovely Friday. We've got so many movie news to talk about here today. I've got a new popcorn bucket, and, well, maybe some of you have already seen the YouTube short. If you haven't, go check it out. It's quite a lovely one here. Some of the topics we're going to be running down here today, guys, is I'm going to be talking about this live action Toy Story movie that's going to be headed our way. Hollywood, what is you doing? Sydney Sweeney is in a movie. Don't even need to tell you what it's about, right? You just bought your ticket. Maybe you bought 2 tickets. Yeah, we know. We get you. But it's a movie I'm actually really interested in, so we're going to talk about that. We got the scrapped look and design of the leader in Captain America 4, and we could just take a look at that. As someone who has a big head, I appreciate other big heads. Okay. Then we got the reboot for Urban Legends. We're going to be talking about that, but most interestingly is what modern day urban legends could they throw into this movie? Because I can't really seem to think of any. So get those ready for you. We got some new details on Predator Badlands. Also going to be looking at some of the fan backlash on the movie and what people are saying. And Spider-Man 4, brand new day. We got some details about a prison scene. Oh, it's gonna be a good Friday. So grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, whatever you need. Hit that like button, subscribe, and tell your grandma you don't love her anymore. I mean it. Why? Why do you like her? You know? Think about it. She's old, probably smelly. Oh, she's got good cookies baking in the oven, but that's all you care about. I can bake you some right now. Not the grandma. So it's okay. I will. So it's like I actually don't love my grandmother. So it's I would never. Good job, Miguel. That was a test. That was a test, Miguel, and you passed. All these other hoodlums. How could you betray your grandmother? I'm a stranger on the internet. You don't know me. I could be killing grandmas on my spare time. I've given away too much. Given away too much. My goodness, someone lock up this man. All right, let's go. All right, so what do we want to talk about here today? All right, it's weird because I posted a YouTube short. So you got to promise me that even though we're about to talk about this, you're still going to head over after the stream, in between the stream, whenever you want, and support this video because it's just no point of it having it flop since Daddy needs those shorts subscribers. But I posted on the shorts me putting on the Red Guardian popcorn bucket, trying it on. 11,000 of you already showed up, posted this 30 minutes ago. Love y'all for that. Love y'all for that. Like I said, just have it play, click, just do that. But okay, now time to do it in the live segment for the others. You guys remember, the Red Guardian bucket. Not Red Guardian, the Gladiator bucket did not fit old Papa's head. It was too small because my thoughts are too big. All right? Are you not entertained? Look at that. Right there. Hair, pristine. But it was kind of a sad day in the 3C Film household because that's such a cool... This could have ended up being the popcorn bucket I wear as Dr. Doom. This could have been a nice Dr. Doom replacement bucket. And I believe there is a man named MF Doom. What does the MF stand for? Michael Farquaad. Michael Farquaad Doom would wear that helmet. Yes, don't look it up. Don't look it up. But now, we got the Red Guardian one, okay? And first, let's just admire the detail on this. Like, I do think the interest in popcorn buckets is declining a little bit. They're not getting the views they used to or the interest, but every now and then they still come out with bangers, and I am appreciative of them. And sometimes Marvel Legends and all these other people, they come out with $100 replica helmets. This right here, 25 bucks, and you get a large popcorn. That's not a bad price for what you get here. So popping this up. Well, you also open it this way to get popcorn. Just so you're aware, which is pretty handy. Okay, so let's pop this baby off. It's at Cinemark right now. Okay, that was pretty easy. All right. And my biggest fear was, would this thing even fit me? Would I be able to put it on knowing I have big head syndrome? Because I'm a man with a lot of ideas, but I'm also secretly Russian. Welcome to 3C Film, where I save you from boring evening to talk about movie news. Very good movie news. Where's my vodka? Oh, so good. We are the Thunderbolts. It fits, baby, but it actually fits a little too big, okay? If I actually put it down a little more, here we go. What is this? This is stuff you'd only see in your nightmares. I'm not Red Guardian. I'm Red Let You In. I do not guard. I let you in. Step inside. See what I got in here. You're going to be happy with what you find. So yeah, I saw someone have the funniest comment on the YouTube short. So let me just pop it off so I can give them credit for what they said. They had it here. This is a good comment. Okay, from the meme guy, which you're memeing, buddy. He said, Chris becoming Goldilocks of popcorn buckets. Gladiator was too small. Thunderbolts was too big. You just have to find the one that is just right. And that is very true, my friends. If I want to give you an accurate review, which you're not going to get in the short, because, you know, it's a short, okay? I had to be quick for that brain rot. I love Cinemark. You know they're my favorite theater, and I'm glad they finally made a helmet that I can wear. This is one of the most uncomfortable helmets to wear. I will just say, if you pop this bad boy on, do not use it as a helmet. Do not wear it on your bike or if you're going to go fight some crime, because it might kill you. I don't know if you can tell. So inside, you have, I guess this is the parts that like rest onto the popcorn bucket, right? These little things that I'm tapping right here. Those babies are like spiky as heck. And right now, I kid you not, if someone just like walked up to me and smacked my head, I'm pretty sure I would die. It feels like a stabby feeling the way it's crowning in. Other people who get it will understand. This is not a bucket I could wear for more than 2 minutes because it's already attacking my head. But it's still pretty cool. It's still a nice bucket. I would applaud you if you wear the movie like this, but you're going to walk out with some pretty nasty marks. Even removing the helmet is a little painful. I don't know if you could tell or whatnot. So be worrisome. But hey, maybe that's just the Russian way. In Russia, popcorn bucket kill you. I respect that. So yeah, there we go. We finally found one that fits, guys. But now we got to find one that fits perfectly and is also comfortable. That's the goal here with these popcorn buckets. And there's still a couple of other ones coming out, so look out for the video where I rank all the Thunderbolt popcorn buckets. But 3C Guardian is here to stay. You know, and I have the Red Guardian. I have the Red Hulk hands. If I combine the two, I Red Man. Pretty devastating stuff. My father is calling. You guys want a picture of what my father looks like? There's my father. He's calling, and I'm gonna ignore his call. This would be real. This is the moment in the movie where he's like on his deathbed and has like 5 words, and I just ignore it to be on the chat with you. All right, yeah. My whole life, you look like him. Jeez, the man who bred me looks like me. That's the first thing everyone says when they see my dad. He looks like you. Oh, gee. Really? I didn't know. Okay, don't. Okay, chill. That's all right. Let's give it up. All right, let's bread you. Is it well? What? How else would I have phrased it? The man who gave me life or half life. Say that again. Some video game fan in the chat. Half life. All right, so let's just dive into the topics. That was a nice little warm up. We got into stuff right here. So let's get it going. Okay. Let's start off with talking about this Toys R Us movie. So you guys know Toys R Us, or maybe you don't. Um, because I think this current generation is just completely lost. As far as I'm aware, there isn't an up and running Toys R Us in my area. If I want to see something Toys R Us esque, I think I have to go inside a Target where they have some sort of deal. But back in the day, yo, Toys R Us was the bumping place to be. Okay, this was a magical toy land. Had so much stuff. I remember going there and hanging out in the video game section for a bit. I would go to the Marvel section and they'd have all the great Marvel figures there. And I remember just loving it. And it's so sad due to business and competition, Walmart, internet, all that stuff. They killed it. Toys R Us is dead, at least here in Texas, in the States. There is not an up and running one. In fact, I drive by my local Toys R Us and it's just an empty shell. I still see the colorful stuff on there and I'm like, oh, so many good memories on there. Well, for some reason, even though they're still kind of up and running, they decided, well, the best way to revitalize the brand is to make a live action movie, and they're going with the Sonic the Hedgehog producers. Okay, now, again, this isn't a situation, though, where it's a biopic, where it's a story about the making of Toys R Us or the creator or the rise and fall of the store brand. No, this is a movie where they're going to try and turn Toys R Us into some wacky fun idea and pop it into theaters. Okay, let's see what some details we got about this. So it says here, Toys R Us is a cultural touchstone that continues impacting the child in all of us today. As 80s kids who consider Toys R Us one of the most magical places on earth, we are honored to partner to create a film that will capture the spirit, adventure, creativity, and nostalgia that Toys R Us represents. Okay, couple thoughts on this. This for sure is a situation where you say to yourself, "Oh, Hollywood's run out of ideas. Hollywood is at the bottom of the pit." There was even a funny story the other day where Seth Rogen was talking about a Where's Waldo movie. I kid you not. Some of y'all might remember Where's Waldo. But Seth Rogen admitted that he was trying to look into making a Where's Waldo movie, but they could not figure out how to actually make it a movie. So they gave up on it, but it was actually in the works for a little bit until they were like, yeah, there's no way to make an interesting story about this guy. So let's let Waldo go. But somebody said, we can make Toys R Us interesting. We can do something with this. I'd love to see what they come out with. So I've already seen some fans come up with some great theories. Some people think of like a night at the museum situation where maybe a kid goes into a Toys R Us, spends the night there, and all the toys come to life. Okay, that could work. I would think about, well, how many of those toys are going to be IP? Are they going to be able to get, a Spider-Man toy to come to life with a Batman toy? Or is it going to be all like basic, no-name brand toys like a teddy bear or, heaven forbid, Jeffrey the giraffe? This is where some of you might turn on me. I don't like Jeffrey. Something off about this giraffe. Some about him I just don't like. I look at Jeffrey and I think he's got skeletons in the closet. He's hiding secrets. I mean, if we get a really good look of Jeff's eyes, tell me those aren't the eyes of a killer. He's staring you down the toy aisle going, hey, kid. We got real doll hair here. Oh, I don't know. I hate Jeff. He gave up on us. You were supposed to save the business, Jeff, and you let it run away. Look at this. Only a psychopath sits next to a statue of himself and pretends to have a conversation. My intuition on people always right. Okay. I'm one of those people that when I meet somebody, I know the real you. When I look at Jeff, something up with him. Some up with him. We'll find out eventually. We'll find out eventually. No, of course you got to include Jeffrey the giraffe in the movie somehow. I think he would be the host of the Night at the Museum situation where he's like, "Welcome to Toys R Us. Yes, we got the Barbie aisle, we got the doll aisle, and here's my murder cave, and there's the video games." That's what could happen, Jeff. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Someone said Jeff must die. So that's an idea, I guess that could happen. They could do that. But let's be honest with ourselves. Let's say for one moment this movie's actually good. Let's put it on, Sonic movie producers. Let's say it's as good as the second, third, or even the first Sonic movie, right? No matter how good you make this, I don't think you save the toy store. I don't think the movie can be so monumentally huge and great that then tomorrow you're like, open 10 Toys R Us's. They're ready for us to be back. So I don't really see what the point of this is or what the strategy it is, looking at it from a business brand point. Because like this isn't the first brand trying to do this. We got Chuck E. Cheese that also announced that they were going to be doing a movie. It's a long time ago too. Like I don't even know. It's been Chuck E. Cheese movie. Let's see. Announced. Someone said horror. Come on now. Ain't gonna be no horror movie. But there's a Charles Chester movie. Oh, what? There was a Chuck E. Cheese and Ryan's World, the movie? Did I miss the Chuck E. Cheese movie? What is this? What happened? When did this happen? Or is this just a crossover event? They got the movie before I did. Freaking Ryan's Toy Reviews. But anyways, they were making a Chuck E. Cheese movie. It got announced, and the idea was to revitalize the brand, to go ahead and remind people Chuck E. Cheese is still out there, which it is. I could still go to a Chuck E. Cheese near me. I feel like if that worked, yeah, you could have seen some business go back to Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know how this changes anything from Toys R Us other than just, we got a movie, and Jeffrey the giraffe is giraffing. Come see some neck 2024. It came out in the past. That's how good we are. So I don't know. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. This is a funny situation. The other week we got announced a Hershey movie, but that one is an actual biopic. It's a story about the creation of Hershey and the people behind the company and all the good that they've done through philanthropy when making it. And I'm like, I'm actually interested to see that. If you tried making the Hershey bar a main character and tell a story, I'd be like, what the heck? So I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Toys R Us movie. I mean, the Sonic film was fine, so maybe this would actually be fun too. And I'm not gonna lie, if they kind of do a Night at the Museum meets Toy Story, that could even hit me in the nostalgia chord because I have a lot of fun memories of this place. So it'd be nice just to step back in and see how it goes. But it also feels like it would probably be another Ready Player One or Space Jam 2 situation where it's just ton of IP on the screen thrown at you. But remember this, remember that. Okay, see ya. So you guys let me know what you think about a Toys R Us movie headed our way. You excited or not? And what would you want the plot to be, if not the Night at the Museum stuff? All right. Moving on now. Let's look up Sydney Sweeney and hope for the best. Lord Almighty, please do not. Okay, that's good. That's good. Sydney Sweeney. We all love and appreciate the woman. She is making her strides in Hollywood. And now we just got announced another big movie she's going to be a part of, where I'm asking for 2 tickets, please. It got announced that Sydney Sweeney will be starring in the video game adaptation of Split Fiction. That's right, boys and girls. Now, again, if you have not played Split Fiction or you have no idea about this game, I do highly recommend it to you, especially if you have siblings or you're in a couple. This is one of those fun games to play together. The story basically follows two. Oh, let me turn down the volume. The story follows 2 authors who then go into this immersive experience where the stories inside their head get turned live action. They get to experience them and live in them. Well, something goes wrong, and two strangers end up in the same bubble, and both their ideas start to intertwine. So one of them has stories that are all about like medieval fantasy. The other one has all sci-fi stories into futuristic stuff, and they have to figure out a way to get out because they could die or their brains could mold. Whatever this technology is, playing the game, it's actually really fun, really cool. The story itself is also very well written. It's even funny at times, and just the blend of a sci-fi futuristic world and then you go into like a medieval Lord of the Rings type area is really cool. You could honestly see visually how this would be such a fun movie. And now knowing that they got Sydney Sweeney, oh, this movie's going to turn some heads and it's going to be getting people in the theater just for her. I think that's great addition to the movie. Now, the one thing video game fans and some other people are concerned about is they did also announce the director of the movie. So the movie would actually be directed by John M. Chu. Now, if you don't know that name, he recently directed Wicked. He's the director of Wicked. And while Wicked itself as a movie turned out to be really good, as someone who like could care less about the play or anything in the, the whatchamacallit, the Wizard of Oz universe. Is that, yeah, the Wizard of Oz universe? I was not interested in the movie, and then I saw it and I was like, whoa, that was actually pretty good. And now I'm actually really looking forward to the second film. The one thing people did complain about with Wicked is its visual style. People were not happy with the look of the movie. They thought like it looked a little flat, that like maybe they could have done a little bit better with the saturation and look like even this photo, like there's a little bit of like a gray tone to it. And I don't know if I'm 100% in on them. I thought some parts of the movie did look all right, but there are other sections of it where I'm like, oh, maybe that visual could have looked better. That could have looked a little nicer. And so when looking at Split Fiction, where again, visually as a video game, it's stunning because 1 second you're in this neon sci-fi fantasy world with like future ninjas, and then you're thrown into these beautiful large landscapes that are more Wicked-esque with dragons. You would hope you'd get a director that could really handle that. So I don't know if I'm saying I'm too worried. I am understanding some of the complaints that other fans have, but I think John M. Chu can probably pull it off and make it work. To me, I'm just most concerned about whether they make the story work, whether they kind of match the humor, because there's actually a lot of great humor in these games. And I'm still also wondering what happened to the It Takes Two movie, because that was announced and it feels like it just got stalled. Don't forget It Takes Two, which is by the same video game developers. Another really great story, and it's going to make a perfect idea for a movie. This got announced with Amazon, and The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is starring in it. It's been like 2 years, and we've heard nada about this thing. This movie literally just got announced like 2 weeks ago, and they already cast Sydney Sweeney. They already got the director. So we might be seeing Split Fiction sooner than It Takes Two. So I don't know. I think this sounds really exciting. Now, the only other casting choice left is who the person alongside Sydney Sweeney will be. Looking at the looks of these two characters, I'm assuming Sydney Sweeney's playing Zoe, who's the character that has all the medieval fantasy stories. So they have to cast now, I think her name's Mio in the game, and she has all the sci-fi stuff. I saw some people, get Isabella Merced. I would love her as the person next to Sydney Sweeney. I'm just trying to keep it all respectful. Would love to have her there with her. If not, just having seen Thunderbolts, I like that one girl. She seemed pretty I was about to say pretty doable. She could do the role pretty well. Geraldine Viswant, I feel like she could fit the role. The only sad part about Mio is she's kind of like a party pooper for a large portion of the game. She just hates everything, doesn't want to have fun, rightfully so. She's mad, but she's a real party pooper most of the game. So they got to find somebody that can also make that fun and charming, because there is some heart to the game. So yeah, that's pretty awful words on my part. I'm already getting called out. Yes, chat. She's pretty doable. She could probably do the role well, is what I meant to say. Please don't cancel me. Someone said Tom Holland. You know what? Tom Holland in a wig, also pretty doable. I said it. I said Aquafina. We're not trying to make this an Oscar movie now. She will steal the limelight from Miss Sydney Sweeney. Them acting chops on her. We're trapped in a video game. What'd you say? That's a real line. That's a real line. Chris Pratt, The Rock. So I don't know. Good stuff. I'm excited for Split Fiction. I think it could go really well. Especially this hot dog level is also a really funny one because you get to see the process of how a pig turns into a hot dog. And that's what I meant about great humor in the game and whatnot. So you guys let me know. As a fan of Split Fiction, are you happy Sydney Sweeney got cast? Who do you think would be best alongside her? And which one are you more excited for? It Takes Two or Split Fiction, the movie? I was more excited for It Takes Two, but Split Fiction I think has a real cool shot of being an awesome movie if they do it right. So there we go. We got that in the bag. Okay. Next up, just talking about a little scrapped piece of art here. We got revealed for Captain America. Let me see if I can pull it up. What the look of the leader was going to be before they changed the look of the movie. So that's one photo. I guess let me go to my old account because then we'll get it situated there. Okay, there we go. We'll get that. All right. So here is what the look of the leader was originally going to be in Captain America 4. Here we have the original design in there. And remember, this is what we ended up getting in the movie through several reshoots. And just thinking about every scene that he was involved in and how they had to refilm it. All right. This is kind of that stuff where we have to talk about with Marvel because I feel like this is a no-win situation either way. Obviously, they changed this because the test screenings of the movie probably kept complaining about how weird, how awful, how dumb he looks. But I'm like, that's just literally what the leader looks like in the comics. He has that big old head, has that goatee. Granted, he looks more, I don't know, more man. Like somebody who would tell you, hey, how much you lift at the gym, bro? How much you lift at the gym? Me? I lift it with my mind. Can't see you do that. And in here, he just looks depressed. He looks like he just asked out his prom date and she's laughing in his face. And it's been 30 seconds and he's still hoping the answer is yes. Answer ain't going to be yes, big head. Ain't going to be yes. So someone said he looks like a pepino. What the heck? He looks high. He kind of does. But again, it's like MODOK. Whenever the MODOK design came out in the MCU, you guys know MODOK. Was it MODOK in Ant-Man 3, right? It's like, yes, the design looked awful. It looked stupid. But MODOK was always going to look awful and stupid because that's just one of those designs that's impossible to not make look uncanny. I still think it would have been preferable if they went with this design. I just would have respected the more video game accurate look, would have actually have made sense to me a little bit. And I think it could have also have really helped with the performance that this actor has. When I just look at this, it just looks dumb. It just like, I don't get what they were trying to do. He honestly looks like a piece of broccoli, his eyes all covered up. I could not take him seriously in these moments. And what made it worse is because all the scenes where he was in were reshoots, he was usually standing in front of a green screen and he just stuck out like a sore thumb, even more than he already did with this design. The other thing I thought about with this design, and a lot of people also thought, is it just made me think about a live action Crash Bandicoot movie. When's that happening, man? Let's get it, dude. I love Crash Bandicoot. Well, I guess Sonic is bigger, but get the people who did Sonic to do Crash. I don't care if you copy that same story. I want to see a Crash Bandicoot movie. And even looking at this terribly photoshopped image that I did, bring it on. Give it to me. I want to see it. That would look so awesome. Someone said Walter White. Someone said, be patient, Chris. Be patient. I don't want to be patient. I want Crash Bandicoot the movie, and I want a new Crash Bandicoot video game. Okay, where's my next Crash Bandicoot game too, man? That's pissing me off. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like I said, I think even if we got this design, there'd still be a ton of complaints. There'd still be a ton of people calling it stupid and dumb, but it was a design that was always going to look a little off. But out of the two choices, like I still think this was the better option. This was the better way to go with it. And it could have saved them a lot of money in reshoots if they just stuck with their gun. My thought on the situation. All right. Let's move on now to some horror movie talk with Urban Legend. Okay, so we got revealed here today that the 90s slasher movie Urban Legend is going to be getting a reboot. Yeah, baby. All these 90s slasher movies are coming back, from Scream to I Know What You Did Last Summer and now Urban Legend. Now, I get it. Look, I Know What You Did Last Summer and even Urban Legend, they're not particularly amazing movies. They're not mind-blowing slasher films. They didn't do much to like change the genre, but man, were they a vibe. I think that's the best way to describe it. They were a vibe, and they really brought out a tone in the 90s that was just almost comforting to watch as a horror fan. So again, if you're not familiar with these movies, they basically revolved around a group of college students and then a killer who would go after these students using urban legends as the way he'd go to kill them. So there was a lot of cool ones. Let me actually look up um the urban legends that were in the movie here. So I know one of them was like there's a whole thing. So the list of urban legends that were in the movie. So one was like that there's a killer in your back seat of your car. You know how when you get in your car at night and you always look to make sure there's no one in the back seat? It's an urban legend that someone sneaks into your car, waits for the right moment, and kills you, right? That was a moment in the movie. Another one was like, this was a popular one I remember growing up, was eating Pop Rocks. Oh, eating Pop Rocks and drinking soda at the same time meant you were gonna die. I don't know. I don't even know if people still know that urban legend, but Pop Rocks is this candy that you put it on your tongue and it like crackles. If you ate it with soda, people really thought your head would explode or your throat would explode. It was like a real myth and urban legend that people thought of. And yeah, they do that. They also, the Bloody Mary urban legend, where you go into a mirror and you say Bloody Mary, was it 3 times, she'll appear and kill you. So stuff like that. And now they want to bring back urban legends for the modern day. They made 3 of those movies. I honestly only remember the first one. But and I think the other 2 weren't anything to really scream about. But here they do give us details on what kind of modern day urban legends we're going to get into. So here we have it. Let's see here. Okay. With the plot details unknown, sources say the story aims to be an examination of what urban legends look like in a post-digital world. So that's really the catch. It's not just going to be urban legends that are whatchamacallit going around right now. It's more internet myths or internet scary stories. And there's a ton of internet scary stories. I mean, even just looking at it here, Slender Man, basically anything that showed up on Creepypasta, that's going to possibly now be interpreted into this movie. And I think that's what makes it fun. You could have a Slender Man section. I'm trying to think of what some other ones. You could have Jeff the Killer. That is definitely one that I think fans are most obsessed with. Jeff the Killer. I'm not brushed up on some of these urban legends, but that is one of them, Jeff the Killer. I can't say this one, but you guys know the name of it. Like they could bring out that one. Like just thinking about the costume of what that one could look like. I remember Charlie was an internet one. You guys remember the Charlie challenge? This is like where you like put a pencil this way and like talk to supposedly a ghost and they would kill you. But I think they already did a movie on that one. So I think that's pretty cool. Is they bring back urban legends, but instead of like modern day ones, because I really don't think there are many modern day urban legends. They instead do internet ones. And let me see. I think someone said here. Let me look up in my Twitter post, because I did ask the world. I was like, hey, what kind of ones do you guys think of? And here, let's read some of these that you guys came up with. That way we know. Can see creepypastas being the main thing. Yeah, someone said there. A streamer gets canceled for being homophobic and racist. I don't know if that's an urban legend more than that's already happened, but I can see probably instead of college students, maybe it's streamers. Would that be interesting? It's just like people who are streaming and then weird things happen to them online. Let's see here. I could see somehow the movie utilizes the idea of Rhonda Nation app. Uh, the one that chooses random places to explore based on intention. What the heck? The Hat Man. Some of these I don't even know. Who is the Hat Man? Um, let's see here. Hookman, an urban legend from the 20th century. Just a ton of random stuff, but feels like creepypasta is the way to go with it. I'm trying to look for any like standout one. Someone said Tide Pod challenge. That technically is like a modern day, but see, that's more of a trend than an urban legend. Because if you eat enough Tide Pods, you probably die. Are we gonna have planking? That was more an internet trend, but it's kind of an old one now. Slender Man, I think, is definitely gonna have to be thrown in there. It's just creepypasta stuff like that. Slenderman, Black Eyed Children. Oh, someone brought in Killer Clowns. That was a pretty popular urban legend. You guys remember the killer clown sightings in 2016? This was a real thing. Clown sightings. Everywhere you went, there were just clowns on the street for no reason. We never got an explanation why one year there was just clown sightings everywhere. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of a fun one. I remember, I don't know if they actually did this in the movie, but because I saw someone else bring it up, the clown statue babysitter story. Have you guys heard that one? That's a cool one. Oh, and it's a short film, so there is a short of it. This is a really creepy short of the clown statue where it's a babysitter who's like babysitting some kids. The dad or whatever who hired the babysitter calls in and be like, hey, is everything okay? How's all everything going? The babysitter's like, yeah, everything's good. Hey, by the way, is it okay if I put a blanket over the clown statue? It's kind of creeping me out. And the dad goes, get the kids and get out of the house. We don't have a clown statue. Meaning it was a real clown in there and whatnot. Like, that's just a great creepy story. I would love for that to be one of the urban legends they do. Like, that'd be a great opening of the movie. The clown statue urban legend. So yeah, but you guys let me know. I'm just excited that it's happening and that 90s slashers are getting revitalized a little bit. Hopefully I Know What You Did Last Summer does well. Hopefully it does well. All right, let's move on to talk about the new Predator movie, okay? So this week, we were treated to our first look at Predator Badlands. Oh, trailer's right here. Perfect. I'm just going to have this playing here. So thankfully, Disney doesn't copy strike. And man, it's been interesting, the reactions to this. And some of the stuff is just horrid, nasty, and gross. Some of these reactions. So with this movie, the thing that I like, just a quick recap before we get into the new stuff, is that this will be the first Predator movie where the Predator is the main character. We're not going to be set on Earth. We're going to be going on an alien planet. They are planting the seeds also for Alien vs. Predator because they have a Weyland-Yutani android in there, the same androids that show up in the Alien universe. And all of that sounds fantastic, awesome. And I'm even liking some of the visuals. And Dan Trachtenberg is the director of this, who also did Prey. But like a lot of the talk and a lot of the controversy of this movie, which I get it one way, and in another way, I'm just like, dude, you guys do not deserve to be commenting, is the look of the Predator. And again, you're fine to criticize it and be angry about this and go, I think he looks lame. I like other Predator designs. I'm not really fine with it. Okay, that's fine. You're entitled to that. And I agree. When I first saw this trailer, I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that Predator design, but I'm getting more used to it. And now hearing these details I'm about to share with you, the design makes a lot more sense because they're coming from the director. But dude, some of the people, dude, some of the most racist, crazy things out there. I've got the comments on my trailer breakdown for this movie. Oh my God. There's people who think this is a female Predator. And because of that, they hate the movie and calling it woke when this is not a female Predator. It's been confirmed to be a male Predator. Two, even though every single Predator we've ever had has dreadlocks, and they are just called dreadlocks in the universe, they don't have some fancy name, they're calling this DEI Predator. I'm like, what? Who are you? And go back to your cave. Why are these people feel confident enough to speak out and say things like that? Like, didn't you guys used to hide and just think this in your head before you commented it? Like, so dumb. So all these awful things that people have been saying about the look and have turned it into something so nasty. Again, you can hate the design without being racist or hateful towards somebody else. Like, it's just weird and wrong. Yeah, and I'm glad it's just like, it's just weird. It's just weird. Exactly. But now with some of these new details, the odd look of this predator makes a lot more sense. So we had IGN who did a interview with the director of Predator Badlands, and he actually revealed a lot about the movie. Nothing I think spoilerish, but reveals some things that maybe we were wondering about the film. So actually, let's go into it. For one, we actually get revealed the name of this predator. So this new predator is called Dek, D-E-K. So here he is. There you go. Say hi to Dek, guys. Hey, Dek. How you doing, Dek? Maybe it's pronounced Deek. Maybe it's pronounced Deekak. I don't know. You know how the predators talk. You know, that could be how you pronounce it. So he's Deke, played by Demetrius Schuster. Let's see here. Deke is described as an underdog. Everybody was making fun of the way I said it, so I don't know. Utah J, but the species of the predator, and he is a runt in the protagonist role. The Predator movies typically feature a species of the predator name given to the race of all aliens in an antagonist role. Now, here, runt, thank goodness I just saw, what was the movie again? The Wild Robot last year, because that movie was all about a runt. You guys remember in The Wild Robot, which I didn't think this would be part of the topic, but in The Wild Robot, the robot is protecting the little duck that it encounters, and it protects it because it's the runt of the litter. Meaning, when something is a runt of its species, it's born smaller, weaker, and is more prone to dying because they're not born with the full capabilities of their species. And so that in itself, again, makes a little bit more sense about this predator. He's not supposed to look like a typical predator. He is smaller, he's weaker than other predators, and because of this, he is rejected by his species and not liked. So us kind of not liking the design and thinking it looks weird, that's intentional. We're supposed to feel that way and compare it to other predator designs and go, we don't like you, because that's what this man's been dealing with his whole life, and that's the basis of the movie here. So it also says here, Deke is selecting his hunting ground, a death planet called Kalisk. So Kalisk is the name of the planet they're on. It's a death planet, I guess, just because there's a lot of beasts or crazy things on there that can kill you. And he's there to fight to prove his worth to his father for acceptance with his own clan. That makes me wonder then if this big old chief guy that we saw in the trailer, let me see if I can get an exact moment of him. This guy right here, I wonder then if that's his dad. That's his papa. That's Papa Predator. And he's mad at his son going, pussy boy, get up, Deke. I didn't raise you to be no scoundrel. Daddy angry, and he wants daddy's approval. So it also would probably suck if like his dad is also the chief of his clan, is kind of like a higher up. So more is expected of you since you come from that bloodline, right? And so that honestly makes it a lot more interesting to me about Predator Badlands, is knowing that he is supposed to look smaller, weaker, weird, and he's kind of going to have an underdog story. Like even this moment is now more hype because in his situation, he's already outmatched because he doesn't even have the full strength and capabilities of a predator, and he's going up against an unkillable beast. And the dude's like, all right, time to prove what I'm worth, trying to get in there and get angry. Yeah, I like that. It makes us root for him, makes us want him to have that. And I've seen other people point out, if this ends up being a trilogy and maybe we follow him through across a couple of movies, or he's the predator that will eventually fight off against the xenomorph, we just feel that much more attached and will be more inclined to be on his side. They do try to give a little bit of details on the Weyland-Yutani robot played by Ellie Fanning. Let's see here. It says here, he says he was inspired by a game, but he says she's capable in ways that he is not physically. Oh, so she might even be stronger than him, which, again, I could see people yelling woke and getting mad because someone who's a female is stronger than this predator, but also she's a freaking android robot. Those things are probably built to withstand stuff. And if she was a robot that was specifically built to go to Death Planet and do whatever stuff Weyland needed there, they probably would build this android to be capable of handling the planet. She's got a real thing that I'm also excited for you guys to see, but I want to let eventually see some of that speak for itself. So it says here, there's a unique hook to her character that is exciting in the pairing of her and Deke. So again, I feel like it's going to be almost like a Batman and Robin situation, and she's going to work as the voice for the audience, letting us in. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's cool. I'm still looking forward to this. This is such a different change, and like I said before, the Predator was like, I'm done. Like, I don't think this is exciting anymore. They just can't seem to make it cool. And this, what they're doing, I'm like, this is exciting. It's fun. And if they're actually leading to Alien versus Predator and they're bringing in the people from Romulus and they're going to, like, end up having a crossover. Ooh, let's go, dude. That's going to be nice. So we'll see. We'll see. Old man yelling at clouds. Yeah, that's how some of those people sound. I agree. But you guys let me know. How do you feel about these new details on Predator Badland? Does it make you accept the design a little bit more? You're still kind of like, I prefer the other looks of the Predators. You guys give it all down below. Okay. Let's talk about now some Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's still crazy. We have the title. The movie's happening. I'm still wondering, when are we going to get more cast announcements? So far, we've only gotten Sadie Sink, who's going to be playing, well, we don't know who she's going to be playing, but we are getting Brand New Day, and that's coming out in, wow, next year. No way. Wait, actually, next year? I'm over here like, no way they make that release date. Do they? July of next year? That's pretty soon. We're a couple months away from July hitting that 1 year mark. I don't want to jinx it. I want this movie as soon as possible, but I'm like, wow, I'm just realizing how soon that release date is, especially compared to like the Batman or something like that. But anyways, we got some new details revealed about Spider-Man Brand New Day that I'm like, okay, we're starting to see some puzzles be put together for the movie. So let me go to one of my trusted Spider-Man news accounts here, Spider-Man News. Go follow them. And Daniel RPK let us know that Marvel are currently casting prisoners for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Okay, now we can start theorizing and start wondering what's in this movie, because we still don't know. Is it multiverse? Is it street level? Right now with Brand New Day, I'm leaning towards street level. No way you start a fresh, clean, new slate and just jump us in to the multiverse story with the new trilogy. It's like build up to another multiverse thing. And there's even stuff with Daredevil that hint to Spider-Man stuff, which we'll talk about. But here, my mind immediately went to, let me see if I can find it here. My mind immediately went to, when I read that, is that Vulture and Scorpion could have a prison breakout scene, and that would be awesome. Okay, so again, I say that, and immediately a lot of you have a lot of concerns going, wait, isn't Vulture in Morbius land? We have other people here going, let's see. Vulture is chilling with Morbius, not going to happen, this and that. It's probably only going to be Scorpion. Nah, my friends. Let me tell you, when Brand New Day comes, this is exactly what Sony's going to do when the movie opens. Oh, Vulture's in Morbius land? Mm-mm. All right, that's what they're going to do, all right? Marvel, they're going to hit you with one of these. They're going to be like, by the way, Morbius was the best movie we ever made. That's what Marvel's and Sony is going to be doing when that movie comes out. If you think they are all sticking to the canon of having Vulture be in the Morbius universe, you're kidding yourself. There's no way they stick to that being a thing when the new movie comes out. And why would you waste the great Michael Keaton as a really cool villain and not bring him back in some capacity? And I'll also explain why I think he'd be a perfect fit to return in this movie. But no, for all intents and purposes, right now to Sony, Madam Web didn't happen. Morbius didn't happen. Craven for sure didn't happen. Only thing that barely kind of happened is Venom. And even then, they are not going to have Venom crossover with Spider-Man, at least not the Tom Hardy version. So if you want to explain it away, you could say it was a Spider-Verse thing where Donald Glover, if you guys remember in Spider-Verse, he had like a quick little cameo, and it was explained that the characters there are going to different universes where villains don't belong there and putting them back into their world. So if you want to like stick to some canon or believe in something, there's your explanation. In between the movies, some Spider-Verse agent went to the Morbius land, got Vulture, and put him back to where he belongs in the 616 universe with Spider-Man Brand New Day. And it could honestly just be a throwaway line in the movie where Scorpion could go up to Vulture and be like, "Didn't you disappear for a week, dude?" Yeah, don't want to talk about that. I'm here stuck now. Let's break out. That's literally going to be the line. It's going to be some big throwaway line. Now, the other big question that someone had brought up, and here I want to address it. Someone said, I don't see him looking for revenge. He protected Peter by not revealing his identity at the end of the movie, right? At the end of the movie, Scorpion's like, "Yo, come on, tell me who Spider-Man is. He broke my arm. I got a Scorpion costume being made. I'm going to take him down." And Vulture's like, "I don't know who he is," protecting him. Well, we are now in a situation where Vulture does not remember Peter Parker. Vulture has no idea who Spider-Man is. And so if you remove the Peter Parker part of Spider-Man, Vulture doesn't like Spider-Man. Vulture hates him because Spider-Man is the reason he's in jail. Spider-Man is the reason his family hates him and is divorced with him. Sure, Spider-Man saved his daughter, but even in that scene, that car scene with Vulture, let's get that Vulture car scene. He admits, he's like, I'm grateful that you saved my daughter, but if you get in my way again, I'm gonna kill you. Admitting, he's like, yeah, I'm happy you saved my daughter, but you get in my way again, you're dead. So all the good graces Vulture had now to like Spider-Man is gone because he doesn't remember Peter Parker, the side of him he likes. So it'd be a perfect motivation to bring him back in there, right? And then you have Scorpion, who he's probably now friends with, chums up with, is okay with, and wants to actually get revenge on Spider-Man now. So he'll help Scorpion break out of prison. And it's like, dude, finally, dude, we need that fulfillment with Scorpion in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Because it's like, dude, you set that up in Homecoming, first movie, and nothing came of it. And so if we're finally going to all that stuff, you could also bring back in Donald Glover, have him play the Prowler. There you go. You have 3 people, and this would make me so happy as a Spider-Man fan. Oh, I forget. Now we have 4 people with Shocker. Shocker, Spider-Man Homecoming. He's another one. These are all people who are now genuinely Spider-Man villains. They have faced him before, have fought him before, are angry. These are 4 really cool villains. Vulture, Prowler, Shocker, Scorpion. Dude, we're 2 away from Sinister Six and it not having to involve the multiverse or, I'm mad at Spider-Man because of this other guy. This would make me so much more happier and would actually feel like a Spider-Man centered story having them in there. So I don't know. It could be anything else. We could be reading too much into it. It could be a simple scene, but I mean, them casting prisoners, the only thing that has prisoners right now in the Spider-Man universe is Vulture and Scorpion there. It'd be a great scene to have them break out somehow and start looking for revenge against Spider-Man. Other people we did talk about, they were trying to cast for an Asian actor in a big role. That could be Mr. Negative. Then you have, there you go, your 5th member of the team if you want. So a lot of stuff can happen. Some people are saying Mysterio is alive. Again, my theory for how they could bring back Mysterio, I don't think Mysterio is alive. I think Jake Gyllenhaal did die. But the way you could bring Mysterio back is have the people who got away, they never got arrested, as far as I know. The other people that work with Mysterio and control the drones, just have them come back and actually hologram in Mysterio. And yeah, you don't have Jake Gyllenhaal alive, but you could still bring back Mysterio in like a projection form and just be controlled by the guys who never got arrested. So that would be my thing. And I know people are saying Venom. It's not going to be Tom Hardy's Venom. He already admitted in interviews that he wanted to do it. They tried to, never got around to it. And now he's done playing Venom. If they do Venom now, I think they'll do the thing where they make Scorpion maybe Venom, because Matt Gargan has been Venom in the comics. Could be Flash Thompson Scorpion if they want, but I don't think it'll be Tom Hardy's. And I also think if they do that, it'll be its own movie after Secret Wars once Spider-Man has the black suit himself. So I don't know. These are some details coming out. I did mention the Daredevil thing. There was a thing that popped up online. Let's see, Daredevil music. Where people noticed that at the end of Daredevil, let's see if I can find it. there was a hum of Spider-Man music, and it was confirmed to be in the movie. Let me see if I can find the exact article. No, okay, let me look it up. At the end of Daredevil, there was like some theme that played, and then people noticed that it actually sounded a lot like the music that happens in the live-action Spider-Man movies. And one of the composers did say that that was on purpose, but then they quickly deleted it. So here it has it. It says Spider-Man in Hell's Kitchen, Daredevil's finale seemingly drops a musical cue. Uh, when asked about this, showrunner Dario gave a very honest answer. I don't really know. That's the best way of putting it. Marvel doesn't always share their plans with me. Meaning, if it is something, the showrunner didn't do it, but whoever composed the music did kind of like give a thumbs up, confirming that was on purpose. So hey, leans us more into some street level stuff. Could end up happening. I would love it, especially with the way Daredevil Born Again ended, with vigilantes being outlawed, Kingpin out there on the rise, and all that. Let's do it, buddy. Let's just have them boys, because who would not love some scenes with Spider-Man and Daredevil together? And if you bring Daredevil on the big screen, Sonar Vision. Please give him his Sonar Vision. I need it desperately. That's the only thing I really ask for. But yeah, you guys let me know. You guys let me know what y'all think. Well, yeah, I already talked about Venom in there. Not, it's not gonna happen. You'll have to keep spamming it, my friend. That's right, right there. Simil, thank you. You let them know. Stop spamming. That's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right then. That seemed to be all our topics for this evening. Now, this is the part of the show where you, the audience, continue the conversation and let me know what you'd like to discuss. As always, you guys love to go on the Reddit for a bit. So, oh my goodness. So, we'll go through it. But as soon as it gets too weird and cringy, I'm out. I'm out. So far, I like it. Who is scarier, Freddy Krueger or the Red Pooper? That's pretty good. We got, can Adam and Cash get I don't even know what this is. All right, it says, my friend pointed this out. What did Pinocchio have to lie about to get the nose to grow that long? Oh, they abusing Pinocchio's powers in the Shrek universe. Surprise at the end. What? Oh my goodness. Yep, it's already too weird. Already too weird. What about the chameleon? Nate, I don't want them to bring in the chameleon. If it's a new version and not the one from Craven the Hunter, I will be happy with it. I will be happy with it, but so far not right now. Oh, dude, there have been so many people who have been editing the Superman costume lately. In fact, this is a fun little topic we could get into. There's still people who don't like the Superman costume. I get it, and it's so funny that people bring this up. Like, if the MCU made the Superman costume, which, dude, can you just imagine if it actually looked like that, how over stylized it would be? But there was somebody. Let me see if I can find them. Okay. This is no hate to the creator. They're a Photoshopper and whatnot. And they created a couple of variations of the costume. And you guys tell me if you like this. So, one, again, here's him without the trunks. This is what it would look like. And just a yellow belt. To me, now that we've gotten the yellow trunks, I love it. I mean, now that we've gotten the red trunks, I love it, and I don't want to get rid of it. I think he looks absolutely fantastic. Say that again. With the trunks on, and now with him without them, it just looks off. It just looks wrong to me. It feels weird. And then here's another variation. If the belt was red, slightly better, but still just off. It's like too much blue. It's like, no, those red trunks actually complement it nicely. And I'm trying to see. There was another one where they actually gave it a little bit more. So here, I think he messes with the neck in that part. Somebody was like, okay, what if we make the suit a darker blue? This is the one that has gotten the most positive reaction out of all the edits that they've made so far. And I do kind of like that. If they transition the colors to that in later movies, I'd be okay. But I still need the red trunks. I still need the red trunks. Some people like, I love that. So other people saying, yeah, it looks off. So still divided. And again, just to bring it back up to what Superman looks like. Superman suit 2025. Because I still think like this just looks good to me. Like I was a little worried about it at first, but to me, this suit just looks good. I think it looks really nice and rad. I can't find like a great photo of it right now, just to one that isn't blurry. I'm trying to get one from the first look, but whatever. Uh, so yeah, it's just been funny seeing all those people like that. Just looks great. That looks like Superman. That's good. Looks nice. There's a star man waiting in the sky. It's already perfect, my people. Once you go red trunks, you don't go back. But yeah, this over designedness would have been awful. 3C, please explain. It's so funny you brought that up. I thought about that the other day, or like yesterday when I was on the treadmill at the gym, and I was like, I really put a Hitler stash on myself for a review on a thumbnail. I thought it was funny. I was reviewing a movie where Hitler was a comedian. So I just thought, why not? Why not? So it said, lies. WTF. Chris, can you refresh? Made an album cover. Hang on. 3C is a bad guy? No. But I didn't think it was that bad. I was like, it's just, let me see. What was it? What was the movie called again? It was a Taika Waititi movie. Taika Waititi movie. Oh, it was something Rabbit, right? Joe Rabbit 3C. Yeah, it was my review for Jojo Rabbit. Oh, it's not even on there. I think I deleted it too because I was like, too many people are gonna. Oh yeah, here I was. It was just my review for Jojo Rabbit. Am I gonna get canceled, guys? Just be honest. A scale of 1 to 10, how cancelable is this? I did it. I'm not really Hitler, guys. I promise. Someone said, "Oh hell no." Someone said, "No, that's crazy." Come on. It was. Yes, it's not a big deal. You good? Okay. Someone said 11. It's never happened, guys. We delete this, okay? Watch. This is gonna happen in the future when I finally become a big movie director and Hollywood star. Chris directing the Dragon Ball Z remake. That'll be the first picture under the announcement. Chris has now exited the Dragon Ball Z remake. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like him. I just say, yeah, I'm just a big Charlie Chaplin fan. I like Charlie Chaplin. That's what it is. All right. What else we got? Too many words. Too many words. Beyond the Spider-Verse concept art of the spot. Whoa. That'd be cool if he turned to a kaiju monster. That'd be dope. Prison Break. Oh, there we go. This is what I like to see. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let's break out of this prison and have a brand new day. Say that again. Say that again. Very good stuff. I would just like Michael Mando to come back. He's a really good actor. All right. It fits. It fits. Good stuff. Oh, Toys R Us movie poster. A movie you can sort of trust. Me with Jeffrey, starring Jeff the creepy giraffe and Chris Parker as little Timmy. You know what's sad? That's actually probably the height difference between me and the giraffe. The Telegraph says a movie that will leave you guessing why you decided to see it. That's pretty good. Oh. Jeff the giraffe crushes 3C films to death after years of disrespect. No, not me on the massage table. I never saw it coming, Jeff. I never saw it coming. W3C in the chat. Hey. Oh, look. My cameo in the Thunderbolts spoiled. We are the Thunderbolts. I've seen the movie now. I'm not allowed to give my review of the movie until Monday. I know there's been a lot of people who've already reviewed it. I was told embargo is Monday, and I still want to be getting my press access, so I don't want to ruin that. It's gonna be mainly positive. I do have some things about it, and there's even some things about the movie that kind of irk me, that kind of make me go, I don't know if I like that. And it's with the post-credit scene, and it's a character thing, but we'll have to talk about that in spoilers. But the Taskmaster stuff in that movie, I'm like, that's gonna be fun to talk about. That's gonna be fun to talk about. Brother is beefing with a fictional animal. This fucking thing sucks, actually. Literally the coolest thing. No, Jeff is a fraud. Do not believe Jeff the giraffe. He faking it. He wants attention. When he said his store is closing and that he's not coming back, bro did it for attention. Bro just wanted the likes on his Insta. 3C. I just me scarf and orders. Oh my god, is that me as Haley Steinfeld? Oh, look at you, Michael B. Jordan. Kiss me in my saliva lips. I need to go see Sinners again. That movie was great. I look terrible as Haley Steinfeld, though. I look terrible. What is this? Oh yeah, 3C Freaky. That's when I finally became Godzilla in Fortnite. It's a moment I'll never forget. Goon with the spoon. Don't take a bite of that spoon. You're gonna regret it. Chris, I believe Jessie will become a lost toy by the end of Toy Story 5 since she has 3 owners that have outgrown her, so it doesn't make sense for her and the toys to experience pain again, so they go live with Woody where they can be happy ending the gang together. Why'd you make me Buzz Lightyear, though? Good stuff. Poor Jeff. How could you, Chris? No, Jeff. You will not trick me. We'll never be friends, Jeff. What is this? Are these Chris friends? I'm just chilling with frogs? I don't get the context of this. Oh, my 2 dads, Megamind and Walter White. That actually works. That actually works. I like that. That looks good. Oh. We got the red lights. 3C Fiction. What a masterpiece. The red let you in. I'll let you in. Don't worry. The red let you in. My wife and I look forward to watching your live stream. Ray's birthday is this Tuesday, so can you please wish him a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Ray. We love you, Ray. You're fantastic, Ray. Don't give up on anything, Ray. Good job, Ray. The Muffin Boy says, you live again before my letterbox? I honestly forgot the username, buddy. I tried doing it the other day and I forgot the username. I couldn't find the screenshot that I took. So you're going to have to tell me in the chat, Muffin Boy. DJ Clever says, collab with Saber Spark for an animated video. I don't think I'm familiar with Saber Spark. Okay, I think now I'm caught up. Sorry. The super chats were all mixed up. Let me go here. Okay. Elliot says, happy Friday, Saturday, Chris. Great new profile pic on Twitter. Oh, thank you. Oh, shit. You didn't have to say that, buddy. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Super chats are... Oh, yeah. Thank you, babe. Let's see here. We just answered that one. The Muffin Boy says Ryan Reynolds is writing a new Deadpool project, but it's not Deadpool 4. Yeah, a lot of people were like doing some clickbaity headlines with that. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's because Ryan Reynolds had said that he's let's see, Deadpool. Hang on. Let me just message my lady one time. She's messaging me. All right, there we go. All right, good stuff, good stuff. So the Deadpool 4 thing. So we had Ryan Reynolds where, again, this is wrong. Where he was saying he's writing an ensemble. Yeah, here we go. He says here, Ryan Reynolds has mentioned he's working on an ensemble project. That's ensemble focus, possibly a spin-off or a movie with multiple characters rather than a solo Deadpool adventure. It's not a Deadpool film. Ryan Reynolds was announced a while back to be part of a movie called Boy Band with Hugh Jackman. And it actually sounded like a really cool movie. It's going to be directed by Sean Levy if he has time for it, because now he's doing that Star Wars film. But the film will be about a former boy band members in their 40s and 50s who are trying to get their lives back. It honestly sounds like a fun little comedy. And me, as someone who's not even the biggest Star Wars fan, I would rather see Boy Band than the Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie we're about to get. But I guess we'll have to wait for it. So that's right now what he's working on, but not Deadpool 4. I still don't know when's the next time we're going to see Deadpool. I feel like he has to show up in Secret Wars or Doomsday so we can get a punchline to that joke about whatchamacallit, about why was Thor crying? like we got to get an explanation to that, and that's going to happen in Secret Wars. So I think Deadpool will show up, but it'll probably be Secret Wars. I don't know if it'll be Doomsday. All right. The archive says, Chris, the Red Guardian helmet looks beautiful on you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Adrian Mendoza says, hey, Chris, here's my fan casting for the 3C Films live action. Tom Holland as Chris, Sabrina Carpenter as Lady 3C, and Noah Kai-Cenat as Papa 3C. I would love it if Kai-Cenat voiced my dog Noah. That would be so funny. That'd be so funny because I would never picture that voice coming out of my dog. I think, guys, that would be funny voice. Oh, yeah. Well, I wish that I got to that one. Got to that one. Awesome. Really wish you were here says, have you ever seen Fall? If so, thoughts? I have not. And you know what? That's a movie I keep wanting to see. It's a movie I keep wanting to check out. I think it's like the one where they go up on a pole and some suspenseful stuff happens. And I really want to see it also because like I'm afraid of heights. So I know that movie will just like give me strong anxiety because I hate heights. But no, I haven't seen it yet. But they are making a sequel. I remember they announced Fall 2, the Fall universe. We all fall in now, I think is the tagline. Let's see here. Elliot says, I do apologize in advance about how much I talk about Spider-Man and how much I've talked about The Lion King. Spider-Man is my favorite character. The anime Lion King is my favorite movie. Oh, nice, nice. I know The Lion King is your favorite movie. I haven't seen you talk much about Spider-Man, though. I just remember you as mainly the Lion King guy, but that's okay, Elliot. You love what you love, and that's good. The Muffin Boy says, do you think Clea, alongside Doctor Strange will be in Doomsday? I feel like she has to be because, I mean, they went into some realm with Doctor Strange, and he's definitely showing up in Doomsday, and unless they're secretly releasing Doctor Strange 3 in between now and Doomsday, yeah, she's probably got to show up and be part of the movie in some capacity. Lewis Clark says, hi, Chris. I missed last week's live stream because I slept in on Sunday, Australia time. So hi, I'm back. That's okay. Sorry about, last week's was a Saturday stream, but hey, we here now and we having a lovely Friday all together. Elliot says, what design do you think the black suit should look like for Tom Holland's Spider-Man? Should it look more like Raimi's suit or Insomniac Spider-Man? I like the Insomniac Spider-Man look. I mean, we kind of have an idea. Spider-Man, black suit concept, because we had that concept art from the official concept artist who worked on the movie what it would look like on Tom Holland, and I'm like, I'm happy if it looks like that. Honestly, I would not mind it. I think that's actually a really great look. I love the spider, even the extra added white veins. Maybe you can touch them up slightly a bit, but dude, this design, I'd rock with it. I'd love it. So even if it looks a little bit more also like the whatchamacallit, the Insomniac game, or if they give it that kind of blue and red hue that's in the animated series. Let me see here if I can put animated. Yeah, it has like a blue tint to it. That would be awesome. So like when light hits it, it kind of shines blue in some areas. That would be really cool. I wouldn't mind that, but we'll see what they end up doing. Let's see here. We got here, Michael Tomsick says, hey, Chris, hope all is well. Did you ever get burnt out on watching movies and TVs for a living? Sometimes when like too much is hitting back to back and happening at once, yes, I could get burnt out. And that's why I pick and choose now, really what movies I think are worth reviewing. That'll be, worth the hours of editing and going through the development process of putting on. And sometimes just watching something. Like I go to the movies now, like I'll probably go to the movies to watch Accountant 2. But I don't know if I'll review it. I might mention it on the stream about me liking it, but that might be when I'm just like, just saw it. I had fun with it. And things like that. TV, most especially, like with The Last of Us, I'm just enjoying watching it. I don't feel I almost did make a video whenever the thing that happened in episode 2. But even then, I was just kind of like, I just want to enjoy the show. I don't want to have to think about making content and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I just pick and choose. The archive says, I must ask Chris, did Thunderbolts feel like old MCU and was runtime a problem, or did it work good for the movie? I thought the runtime was fine. It didn't feel like overly long. So, if anything, at some parts it felt a little short where I was like, I could have seen it gone on a little bit longer. But it did feel like old MCU, mainly in the way that It's a standalone story that only has little teases to the bigger universe. And I thought that's what old MCU did best. So I did like that about it. And again, I'll talk about it more in depth when I can post my review on Monday about what I liked and didn't like. The Muffin Boy says top 5 favorite Seth Rogen comedies. Woo! Number 1, I'm trying to think, would probably be Superbad. I think Superbad is really funny. Seth Rogen has had a lot of movies. Let me think. There's a lot of movies of his I like. I'm not going to include Sausage Party. I'll tell you there. Rogen movies. Let's see here. Seth Rogen and his films that he's had. I like The Night Before a lot. And I'm also going to count movies where he's a main character. Dude, The Interview is pretty funny. The Interview is hilarious. And it's even more funny that that movie was so controversial that theaters weren't going to play it because there was actual bomb threats. Like, that's just crazy. That was just crazy. So again, I'm going with movies where he had a large role in, not a lot. He did kind of have one in 40-Year-Old Virgin. I guess enough where I'd say, yeah, I'd count that. He was a big character in that movie. But I'm gonna go with like Superbad, because also he was only a side character. That The Night Before I liked a lot. We're talking about comedies, so not the Steve Jobs movie. Neighbors is all right. Oh, This Is the End is number 1. This Is the End is number 1. What am I talking about? Knocked Up is pretty good also. I like Knocked Up. Pineapple Express is fun. Yeah, he's got some good ones. And dude, if you're not watching The Studio, and as a movie fan, you are missing out on The Studio. The Studio is really good. All right. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? I lost my place. There we go. Lewis Clark says the Minecraft movie showing in Australia has gotten worse as one person brought in a cooked chicken and threw it at the movie, and group of teens had fire extinguishers and set it off. What is happening in Australia? I did not know Minecraft elicited such crazy reactions, but you got to watch out for the Minecraft people, man. They sneaky. They sneaky. The OK Squid says we need Chris in a Supergirl costume for the review. Oh, I don't know about that. I'll probably put on a Lobo or maybe even a Crypto suit before I put on the Supergirl suit. Childis sends in some support. Thank you so much. I Love Movie says, have you seen Doom Patrol on Max? It's really good. I did watch, I think I watched the first season and I liked it, but I wasn't connected enough with it to keep going. I thought it was enjoyable, but I just wasn't like super into it. I don't know. This is just me. Strike Ripjaw says, hey, Chris, love your content. What do you think of the theory that Dr. Doom is dreamwalking in Tony Stark's body in 616? Dr. Doom knows magic. It would tie everything back. That would actually be a great way to do it if he's dreamwalking. But also, Tony Stark is... Oh, but anyways, you can do it with a dead body. Dude, that would be crazy to see a dead Tony Stark body. Would also explain why he'd have the mask on. Interesting. Not bad. Super SS2 sends in some love. Thank you so much. Clayton Burns says, any Detective Pikachu 2 news? We should take, where should we take that franchise? And did you hear about Sorority 2? Love your videos from Canada. Yes, I'm actually curious about how Sorority 2 goes, especially because I think that first one, while not amazing, it is a little underrated and the kills are pretty fun. And it's another one of those slasher movies that's like a nice vibe. As far as Pikachu 2, I don't think it's happening. I think if we get another live action Pokemon, it's going to be a more traditional, like Ash Ketchum type of story with like a kid training Pokemon and trying to be the best and whatnot. Maybe they just think that's a hard story to do because at the end of the day, you got to force the Pokemon to fight each other. And I don't know. People too woke. People too woke now. Like, you can't make Pikachu fight Squirtle. No. That's the only reason I can think of why they didn't do that originally for the first movie. But I don't think it's happening anymore for Pikachu 2. I'd rather see a movie where they're training. Do you have a GameCube? Favorite GameCube games? I didn't have a GameCube myself. I had a cousin who did, and I would spend the summers at his house while my parents were working, so I'd play GameCube a lot. The GameCube games I could remember were like Smash Bros, obviously Mario Kart, even Mario Party. We would play a lot of Mario Baseball. Dude, we loved that. Mario Soccer. Basically all the Mario games. I was trying to think of what other ones. But yeah, so my console was more the PlayStation 1. But I do have like a couple of GameCube memories from that summer. Says, Chris, Where you clapping buns? I'm not letting you know that. Mr. Timothy Tanner says, "Hey Chris, I just wanted to say thank you for all that you do. The entertainment you produce is what keeps me going and motivated. All thank you. Even at my lowest, excited to hear some sick movie news. Love you, brother. Oh, appreciate you. That's just a nice message, Tanner. Thank you, thank you. We got here, just got the Revenge of the Sith Darth Vader bucket. Yeah, it was pretty cool. They came out with a Darth Vader popcorn bucket. Again, not the biggest Star Wars guy, and I think this is the year where I'm more picking and choosing the popcorn buckets, because now it's starting to get too out of control, filling up too much space. But I'll still do the popcorn bucket tier list at the end of the video. Just don't expect me to own every single one. And I know that's blasphemy. I know that's terrible. Please forgive me. I will do 10 burpees. Mr. A, I was kind of disappointed though that I wish that helmet lit up red. All it does is you turn a switch and you just hear Darth Vader breathing. Dude, can you imagine popping that thing on while you're watching the movie, just trying to watch Revenge of the Sith, and some guy next to you just has that bucket on? Who's heavy breathing? And why is it coming from your lap? Oh my God. You know, doesn't excuse. So yeah. Mr. Ajax 11 says, I started watching when I was 8 and I'm now 15. Oh, wow, buddy. When you was 8, huh? And you now 15. Wow, time flies. That's a lot of time. It still feels like I've only been on here for like 3-4 years. But when big leaps like that happen, I'm like, dang, has it really been that long? Been with me for a while, buddy. Yanni Ron says, hey, can you tell us more about Thunderbolts? I mean, I it just, again, because I'm under the embargo, so I can't say much until Monday. All I can tell you is I had a positive experience. I did like it better than Captain America Brave New World, a lot better. And I cannot wait to dive into the post-credit scene. I will say the first mid-credit scene is a joke one that I think is actually pretty funny and worth staying for. But then the one at the very end, yeah, that's an interesting, exciting one. And it's like 5 minutes long too, so that's what's fun. Creef Robot says, with Fox releasing Alien Earth and Predator Badlands, do you think they will release AVP anime that was made in 2016? I'm surprised it's not on a streaming service then, if it's not out right now. I've never checked that out. Is that worth watching? Or will they make one, is what you're saying? Yeah, it came out in 2016, so you're saying it made one already. I'd watch that. I didn't even know it existed. All I hope for is when they make Alien vs. Predator, it's actually really good. Because that AVP movie isn't even canon to the Alien universe. I think it is canon to the Predator universe, but I want them to make something so good. And I saw someone bring up a great point, dude. What if Michael Fassbender is the main villain of the Alien vs. Predator movie? Because again, his whole thing is that he loves the xenomorphs. He's taking credit for making them perfect and wanting to use them to kill people. Let's just do that. Have Michael Fassbender's David be the main villain and all the other characters from these two movies. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. All right. We'll have it here. Thoughts on the Variety tweet about Sinners? It's just, I don't know why they did that. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, Sinners is doing really great for an original horror movie post-pandemic, and it's making a good amount of money at the box office, and it's definitely going to make its money back and be profitable. But whenever the first weekend numbers came out, which were good, Variety painted the picture like it was negative, and everybody was like, we know what you are, Variety. I just don't know why they do it. It's either just to stir up clicks or get attention or whatnot. It's just weird. Just weird. Crispy says, I'll skate down a hill with the red guard. Don't do it, buddy. You fall, that helmet taking you out. That helmet is taking you out. The Muffin Boy says, thoughts on Garrett Dillahunt addressed rumors about his involvement as Green Arrow in the upcoming Lantern series. Garrett, is that let me see, what's his name? Garrett Dillahunt. I've never I got a picture of the face with the name. Oh, I do know this guy. He pops up in stuff. I've seen his face. Yeah, some people are theorizing he might be what's the Green Arrow? I don't know if it'll be Green Arrow. I think he's gonna be, what was there was like some there was some name, I think it was like the Black Sage or something like that. It looks like he's going to be a villain, but if he's Green Arrow, I guess I wouldn't mind it. I was hoping for someone maybe a little more well known. Oh no, but the Raising Hope actor, yeah, I liked Raising Hope. I was sad when they canceled that. I actually liked Raising Hope, the show. I thought it was fun. I don't think he's gonna be Green Arrow though. I don't think he's gonna be Green Arrow. Rip Chris's dad. He didn't die though, but his phone definitely ripped. Pikmin person says Peter Pan's and then available at home. When you think Peter Pan's Neverland? I think it's coming out. I think they made an announcement within the next month. It's gonna have a physical release, and it's one of their better movies. It's one of their better movies. CTC Film says, if you could make a movie, what ideas come first? I've mentioned it. My idea, and somebody personified it. I wish I could have saved that image. Whoever made it, you know who you are. But my idea was like, it'd be inspired from like Looney Tunes, where I would have a rabbit come out of the TV like a cartoon character, and he'd hang out with like some guy, be chilling, and then he just goes mad and crazy and starts killing people in Looney Tunes style deaths. I have more of a thought, and it's better rounded than that, but that's just the basic premise since I've mentioned it before. I don't know if it'd be any good, honestly. I need to test my skills on short filmmaking. I'm just scared that I suck. Basically, a Bugs. We don't have very many bunny killers, do we? Bunny killers would be cool, man. I love Bugs Bunny. Yo, Chris, can you, I say, what's up to my boy Angel? He's your biggest schooner. I mean, fan. What up, Angel? Keep the goon in life strong. Lewis Clark says, saw Sinners. It was amazing. It was indeed amazing. I'm glad you liked it, my friend. I'm glad you liked it. JC Production says six characters to be in Sam's new Avengers team pick. See, that's going to be something I'm going to want to talk about too. Damn, I don't want to give too much away from Thunderbolts all there. But that's definitely something I would like to think about too, is who Sam's, because, okay, well, even putting Thunderbolts stuff aside, Sam Wilson mentioned, well, he's the leader of the Avengers. He's going to be doing stuff and whatnot. And I'm just like, who would be on his team? I'd be like, I think about She-Hulk, but I can't think like Doctor Strange. But would he even want to be on the team? Because he's off doing other things, you know? But that's something we're definitely going to talk about whenever Thunderbolts comes out. He's not spoiled it. He's not in the movie. He's not in the movie. Don't think that. But they do reference his movie. They do talk about him in the movie. That's what I'm talking about. Because Thunderbolts takes place after Brave New World, and so they do mention that, hey, the president just turned into a Red Hulk. What do we do? And there's more stuff about that, but that's not a spoiler, and it happens like right at the beginning of the movie when they mention him. So yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Ant-Man probably would be there, but I don't know if Shuri would want to. Sure, Wakanda makes his costume, but would they want to, be part of his team? Or they're like, hey, we just got our own stuff going on, but we can keep giving you a suit if you need it, buddy. All right. Let's see here. Have you seen the new Tiffany and Chucky animatronics? Oh yeah, I've seen them, and they're gonna look great for Spooky Mama season. They're gonna look great. Are you sure? Says Goon or Us movie be fire. Oh no, not Goon or Us. Daniel Calloway says trailer reaction to Mickey versus Winnie. Has that come out yet? Is there actually? I bet it looks like a $5 movie, doesn't it? Let me see. YouTube. It says Mickey versus Weenie trailer. Oh, this was a month ago that it's been out. I'll just skim through it. I don't know if I want to sit here and watch this whole dang thingy. It looks like we got some kids. Is that Mickey? Oh, geez. Nothing can stop us now. I know you how. I make it happen. Let's take a ride. Where's Pooh? I want to see Pooh. There's Mickey. Where's Pooh? Yeah, it's a $5 movie, all right. I'll tell you that. I think that's definitely going to be one of the videos I do for Spooky Mama season. Is I watch like the 10 Mickey Mouse horror movies and tell you which ones are the best and which ones you just avoid, and it's probably going to be all of them. Someone said, "Bro, subscribe to himself." Of course, I'm subscribed to myself, man. I gotta be my biggest fan. If not me, then who else? If not me, who else? Hot dog, hot diggity dog. All right, we got here. Check out the trailer for Bring Her Back. Oh yeah, I've talked about it before, and I'm excited for it. I think that's the Rocka Brothers' new movie, the ones who did Talk to Me. All right. Tabira says, could the leader's transformation be incomplete? I mean, I doubt we'll ever see him again, if I'm being honest with you. He's in that prison and he's going to disappear. Ain't no way we see the leader again unless they bring him in to like help out with some stuff, but I doubt it. You got Shuri for that. She's very smart. Chicken Jockey. Any news on the new Transformers? No, silence. It's been silence on that. Not on the animated front or the live action front. I have no idea when that'll be happening. Like I said, with the Transformers 1 animated movie not performing as well as they want, I wonder if they're thinking maybe we just don't even move forward with live action and we take a break, make the audience miss it, or they work to do more nostalgia bait stuff. Because I saw some people thinking that they're bringing back Shia LaBeouf, and that actually got a lot of people excited. Maybe Shia LaBeouf would bring it back, but I don't know if they'd do it. Karate Kick 4D says, we have Chuck E. Cheese, Spirit Halloween, and Toys R Us as a movie. Next one going to be Spencer. Oh, dude. The Spencer movie is going to go wild. Because the first half is just going to be innocent gothic stuff. And then when you get to the back of the Spencers, what? You put that where? We all been there, friends. We all been there. Kobisi says, not gonna lie, Chris, I picture your dad as Nacho's dad from Better Call Saul. Yeah, no, not like that. Not like that. But that's funny. That's an interesting that you even have pictured my dad in the past. Just me, slightly pudgier with facial hair. Adventures with Parker and Dad said, did you notice red light scene in Until Dawn? My dad and I looked at each other and said, red. Oh, yeah, always. Every time there's a red light scene, I say it to myself, red lights. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Benji M says, saw Predator started the trend. What other horror movies would you want to see throughout history? Jaws versus Pirates? Aliens versus Medieval Knights? Oh. Jaws versus Pirate. Dude, how has that not been done yet? That's a great idea. There's pirates are always in the ocean. Let's have them fight some sharks. Aliens versus Medieval Knights? That could work. That could work. I wouldn't mind a Predator versus Medieval Knight though. Spider-Man 6 is or SM6 is 100% having Sinners as one of. Oh, Scary Movie 6. I thought Spider-Man 6. I was like, man, you jumping ahead. It would be kind of. I'm still so curious till we find out what movies they're making fun of. That's going to be the real make or break of that movie. Sinners it might have a scene. It might. That would be cool. The Archive says, I'd love to see Predator in Wild West setting. Me too. Predator versus Cowboys would be kind of cool. Would be kind of cool. Do you think the MCU could survive a Viltrumite invasion? Also, have you read any Invincible comics? If I have read like the first 10 Invincible comics, I like it. I want to finish them, but then I get distracted. Viltrumite invasion, I feel like they could. I think I got some people in there that could maybe, take them down. But then again, if they get the sneaky sneak on them, they dead. They dead. Te llaman el cornal porque clientes la gordita. What? Te llaman te llaman el comal porque calientes la gorditas. Ain't no way my kid's gonna learn Spanish. I tell myself when I have kids, I'm gonna teach them Spanish, but if they're gonna learn my secondhand Spanish, that kid gonna know how to say "Donde está el baño?" and only "Donde está el baño." Mr. 35 Cap said, just finished watching Ugly Steps. Oh, yes, I want to watch that. You need to see it. Amazing, gross, a true horror masterpiece. Chat, watch it too. Yeah, I've heard good things. Stepsister is supposed to be like one of the only interpretations of these like fairy tale creatures that's actually done pretty well. So I do want to check that out. Peyton Rook says, Chris, I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy. One was great, 9 out of 10. Second, underrated. I agree. I like the second one. I think it's underrated. And it has Jack Black, Chicken Jockey. Third one, it doesn't exist, buddy. We don't talk about the third one. I don't even know what you're talking about. The new one is the third one. Seam Pulp says, Hi, 3C. I put your name down for my local Comic Con, HalCon, in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Also, what do you think of the new Toxic Avenger trailer? Oh, I'm still excited. I think everything's looking good for there, and I can't wait till I see the movie. I'm still thinking about watching those older movies and doing some sort of video to tell you guys about it. Let's see here. Bo Jones says, who would be your live action DBZ Dreamcast? Crazy idea. Adam Sandler as Master Roshi could totally work. I'd like to stay faithful to some Asian castings, and I think Master Roshi would have to be one of the Asian castings. But Adam Sandler as the Turtle Hermit School will always be with you. I can't. The 4-star ball? Or whatever the Adam Sandler noises are. If Adam Sandler had to be anybody, oh, dude, he would be. Dude, I could see Adam Sandler as Mr. Satan. Now, Mr. Satan would have to be played by like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. All right, Mr. Satan. I could see that happening with Adam Sandler. I don't know, but as far as Dreamcast, honestly, I don't have much of a pick. I would just want it to be somebody who is buff but also can act. That would be my main thing, really. But Jack Black as Goku, get out of here. Raccoon. Oh, you know what? Yeah, have Adam Sandler play Raccoon or Jesse. Jesse and from the which, or he could even be what is it, Captain Ginyu. Put Adam Sandler in the Piccolo makeup. Idris Elba's Piccolo would go hard. I would like Idris Elba as Piccolo. I think that would work. Yamcha? Who would be a good Yamcha? I can't think of one. Jesse, if you guys don't know, I think that's his name, right? Isn't it Jesse? Jesse DBZ. It's just because he's a smaller person, so I could see. But he has like a country accent. He's an alien from space, but he has the accent of someone from Tennessee. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, wait. I didn't even show it on the main screen. My dumb. God. Chris, get it together. I was on the wrong browser. There we go. Here we go. This is Jesse. Like I said. Check out Dragon Ball Z, guys. Love Dragon Ball Z. I can't wait till they do something live action with that. Please bring it back. Please do it justice. All right, moving on. Optimus Prime versus Iron Man. Who would win? Honestly, I think Iron Man. I think being small would work to his advantage. He'd find a way to throw out like an EMP device or something like that where he could like take down Optimus Prime and then he'd use, if not, then he'd come back with the Hulk Buster and take him down. I know people aren't going to like that, but I would say Iron Man would win. Elliot says it would be pretty cool if they had villains that Pete fought in between movies for each of his movies, like Lizard, Tombstone, Hammerhead, Black Cat. Well, it'd be kind of cool. Would be kind of cool. But I would still like to see those moments. Don't want them to just go by. Elliot says for the prison break scene. Oh, prison break scene. Okay, yeah, maybe that'd be cool. Chan the Man says if they did something like what they did in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Scorpion, that would be sick. Also, your best friend, Chris. Oh, thank you, Chan the Man. Yeah, that would be awesome if they can make Scorpion as scary and threatening as they did in Friendly Neighborhood. That'd be great. Sunday Joe says excited that James Gunn will include the importance of secret identities in the DCU. I feel like Marvel lost that aspect of superheroes. Thoughts? Yeah, especially with someone like Spider-Man, who's like really, how do I say it? Crucial to that, but even Daredevil himself is also kind of crucial with that. But yeah, they did let go of it. It was kind of refreshing for a while. I didn't mind it. But the DCU definitely needs to keep it, and I hope they stick along with it. Eric Anderson says for Spider-Man, Vincent D'Onofrio said that they can't do movies or something about his contract. I think he was just guessing. I don't think that's like 100% accurate. Because I mean, Marvel has the rights now, and they have crossovers all the time. There should be no issue with it. But I think he's just guessing. I think it's just a matter of timing. I think they can do it if they want to. They can for sure. I thought Born Again was mid. Sorry. Oh, I understand. I mean, it doesn't reach the heights of the original Netflix show. I will give it that. And you can feel some of the back and forth from the old creative vision to the new creative vision. But I still ended up liking it. And I'm excited to see what they'll do for season 2. I liked it way better than a lot of the Disney Plus shows, but that was already a low bar. Sunday Joe says, saw Thunderbolts and loved it. Very emotional and touches real life subjects. Felt like Phase 3 story post credit scene reminded me of Phase 1 hype. Yep, I can agree on those points. Brian Palacio says, buy the new Goblin to your Hot Toys display. 10 out of 10. There's a new Goblin? Because I got the one from the Sam Raimi movies. What's the new one? Oh, the No Way Home one? Is that the one you're talking about? I like the one from the 2001 Spider-Man movie, or 2002, whatever year it came out. Cloco47 says, do you think we'll get part 2 cast of Avengers Doomsday? That would be the best way to do it. It'd be so funny if they just bring out chairs and be like, there you go. There you go. Jonathan Fike says, plot twist. Sony explains Vulture being in Morbius universe by having Morbius and Spider-Man Brand New Day instead of Scorpion. That would ruin my life. Sony, that would ruin my life. Do not do that, Sony, please. Please. Trailer reaction for Mickey versus Winnie. Yeah, we just looked at it, and heaven almighty. TJ Boggs says, if you have a superpower, I honestly think it would be to goon on everyone. I'll tell you what, I don't have superpowers, but you don't even need superpowers for that. You will get a jail sentence, though. Papa Smurf says, hey, Chris, what's one thing you would change about the new Superman suit? Less lines. I don't mind some lines. Fine, you want to add detail and stuff like that. And if there was no lines, maybe it'd be too complicated. A little less lines. And I would want to switch out the material to something a little bit more, I guess, tighter to complement David Cornsweat's body and all the workout he did. But that's it. Just a little less lines and maybe a different material. But the color and the design choices, the emblem, love it. Are you doing Last of Us review whenever the full season is done? Yes. Whenever the full season 2 is done, yes. Mooncroc says, hi, Chris. The last half year, I hadn't had access to any internet due to where I was deployed. Oh, man. Well, thank you for your service. Thanks to you, I've been able to catch up on all my favorite media. Love your content. Well, hey, glad I could help you out. And again, thank you for what you do for us. The awards garage movie and more say, how much for a collab? I'm cooking, got some ideas, but either way, wanted to say thanks for the inspiration over the last year, man. Well, just send me over a DM and all that. I don't do paid collabs, man. If you got something cool and you got a decent sized channel where it's not just going to be viewed by 10 people, then yes, buddy. French Toasty Man says, has there been any changes on your top 10 list of 2025? I honestly don't even know if I have a full top 10, if I'm being honest. Because again, Sinners number 1, then like Companion, then I'll go like Novocaine, then I'll go like Hard Eyes, because I did think that was an entertaining slasher. And like that's where my mind ends. Oh, I guess Drop was pretty good, entertaining. And then I just like, then I'd have to include movies like Until Dawn or all these other films that I was just kind of let down by, but they wouldn't be worthy. Oh, where does Thunderbolts lie? Smart. Where does Thunderbolts lie? Okay, so then again, Sinners, Companion, then I guess Thunderbolts. So Thunderbolts 3. Minecraft, get real with me. I was a little disappointed with Mickey 17. I wanted to like Mickey 17 more than I did. It's not a bad movie, but I don't know. I was kind of wanting a little bit more. I felt like the story got all over the place and it really got bogged down in like hammering its message, which I have no problem with a movie sending in a message. But when it's like so in your face, not even that subtle, it's just kind of like more distracting. Looney Tunes. Oh, Looney Tunes. Of course. Oh, then no. Then it's probably okay. So Sinners, Companion, The Day the Earth Stood Still, then Thunderbolts. So Thunderbolts is 4. Snow White. Órale, cállate la boca. Okay. Karate Kid 4D says, anything new on It? Welcome to Derry. I need my goat Pennywise. They've just done the thing again where they revealed like 2 seconds of footage whenever they had the White Lotus ending. They released like a snippet reel of all their upcoming shows. And they just showed like 2 seconds of footage of it, but still no word on when it's officially releasing or coming out. I know there was rumors that maybe it was coming out next year, but some people said, no, it's still coming out this year. So hopefully we get something official soon. Was the day the earth blew up. Sorry, the day the earth stood still. My bad. Look, Chris making all sorts of mistakes. Get te pasa. Will there be a Hurry Up Tomorrow movie review? Yeah, probably. My girl's a really big Weekend fan. She loves The Weekend. But probably leave me if Abel walked into this room. Get out of here with your blinding lights. He sung Blinding Lights, right? Starboy. I'm a star boy. He does make good music. So yeah, I'll probably be watching it. I'll for sure be watching it and posting a review. So yeah. Emma is hurting for sure. Okay, let's see here. Bucky and Yelena will be in Fortnite on Wednesday. I'll probably buy Bucky. I like that outfit. I got a lot to say about Bucky and Thunderbolts, man. I cannot wait till I can talk about the movie. Got a lot to say about the Bucky. Chaldai says, Chris, were you clapping buns before you went live? Nobody. I know it's just hot. It's Texas, and this room is right above my garage. So it honestly becomes a hot box in the summer, and then it becomes a freezing room in the winter. I need to work out some better insulation. And when I have all these lights on, I'm burning up. So yeah, sorry if my face is shiny sometimes in these live streams. It's hot in here, okay? What can I say? Steph says God versus God, Kratos versus Thor. That'd be good. In what context? The Kratos movie? A Thor movie? In the bedroom? My letterbox is Biggie Films, by the way. Okay, Muffin Boy. Okay, Muffin Boy, you better have some insightful, beautiful reviews that make me tear up. If I get on your letterbox and your latest review is, I thought it was good, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. The archive says it's a little annoying that Alien Earth doesn't have a precise date yet. They just keep putting summer. That is true in the promos. I'm guessing June, but what do you think, Chris? Yeah, that is weird that there isn't. Is there an official release date? Let me just double check that. Alien Earth release date. Yeah, it only says summer. It does not have an exact one. Well, I would hope it's June, man. I would hope it's June. I want to see that show. So weird. They even sent me like a little package box and they still haven't gotten that. Yeah. Here we got the archive says, you think they'll do a sequel to Prey on Hulu? I honestly, no, I don't think they will do it. I think now their focus is on Badlands. And while I still like Prey, it was just a nice back to basics. It was almost like a proof of concept just to prove to the studio that, hey, people still care about Predator. People still like this franchise. If we give it love and attention, the people will talk about it. And I think that's more of what it was. So honestly, I don't think we're going to get a Prey sequel. I don't think that's gonna happen. Lewis Clark says, there was a video I watched about the next Ratchet and Clank game might be in 2027 instead of 2029 because of Spider-Man multiplayer game getting canceled, so it might happen. Okay, I always love me a Ratchet and Clank game. Even if they're pretty repetitive and they end up just feeling exactly the same, I still love me a Ratchet and Clank game. They're just fun. All right. Unorthodox says, favorite cartoon show. Mine's personally Ben 10. Ooh. Oh, man, I had a lot. I don't know if I had a favorite, but like some of the ones off the top of my head is I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. Dexter's Laboratory. Ed and Eddie is probably a top one for me. I loved Ed and Eddie a lot. Ben 10 also for sure. The original version of it, I also really, really liked. Still waiting for a live action movie. Danny Phantom was one. Like if I'm talking about like kind of semi-serious action shows, kind of stuff like that. Yeah, good stuff. What's your opinion on a Siren Head horror movie as well as a Lethal Company horror movie? A Siren horror movie would always be dope because who doesn't like a mermaid that's like, oh, I like you. Ah, don't bite me too hard. Have you watched White Lotus on Max? Yes, I watch White Lotus. I like White Lotus, but I do think it's kind of a hard show to recommend because I feel every finale, I'm at least dissatisfied with 3 storylines. And so I really like season 1 and 2. I would say season 2 is the best one. Season 3 was hit or miss in some areas. It had its moments, but I was not as captivated as I was in the other 2 seasons. I'm still down to watch the show because it's a really fun vibe of just people who go on vacation and that someone is promised to be murdered at the end. But I continuously feel at the end of the season that I'm like, man, I don't know if I like the way they wrapped up that storyline. So Wrong Siren Head. Oh, dude, bro, I've never heard of Siren Head then. I just heard of Sirens. What the heck is Siren Head? Sorry, guys. Chat correcting me. Who the heck is Siren Head? Why is this both? Oh, dude, you think I want a movie with that guy? Who the heck is Siren Head? Let me pull him up. Bro, over here acting like that's common knowledge. Hey, you know Siren Head? Yeah, they taught us about that fool. Who the heck is Siren Head? That's what you generation comes up with? What if we made a really tall guy with announcements for a head? Announcements are scary, right, guys? The principal gets on the announcements. Gene Walker, you're wanted in the principal's office. I should make that a horror character. Give him some announcement head. I want some announcement head. Get out of here with it. What is this? Siren Head. Get out of here. Back in my day, we had real horror characters, all right? El Cucuy? Yeah, what you know about El Cucuy? Don't know much about El Cucuy, I bet you that. I got beef with Siren Head now. Jeff the Giraffe and Siren Head dead to me. Chris, school PTSD. I said, okay, Unc. Chill out, Unc. Back in my day. El Gugun. That's good. I like that. El Gugun. Anyways, did you see the casting announcement for young Haymitch? Leonard Baird and the other characters. Yeah, I was hoping it was gonna be a bigger face or like someone that I could like put on the thumbnail and be like, guys, look who's playing young Haymitch. But I've never heard of this guy. Not to say it's gonna be bad. If anything, it's probably better that they went with an unknown. But yes, let's see. This is who's gonna be playing. Oh, he doesn't even pop up. That's how unknown he is. Baird. Okay, sorry. Baird. What? Oh, okay, here he is. This is young Haymitch right here. Young Woody Harrelson. Put those beautiful blue eyes away, my friend. Yeah. So far I like it. I think right now they just cast let's see. Rise on the Reaping movie cast. The only casting choice I'm like, oh yeah, McKenna Grace is in the movie. I like McKenna Grace, so I'll definitely be rooting for her. They cast whoever I should obviously respect him. He passed away and he was a great villain in Mission Impossible 3. But he is going to be played, the younger version of him is going to be played by Jesse Plemons. Here he is. Jesse Plemons is going to play him. In fact, these are the casting choices of some of the people. So, okay. Oh, no, this is young Haymitch. Oh, my bad. There we go. Good stuff. Yeah, they'll look good. I honestly, you know what? This is a great cast so far. This is a good group of characters. Although I might not know who young Haymitch is, all these other faces, I like. That works. I cannot wait for this movie. I'm actually very excited for this film because the Haymitch games were supposed to be the most violent and brutal. They're going back to kind of the old ways. Oh, yeah. I cannot wait. That's going to be a great movie. Thoughts on Tron Ares? Excited. I was disappointed that it's mainly going to take place in the real world instead of the Tron world. But hey, once I saw those red light bikes, I knew it was going to be peak. Sorry if I made you feel old earlier. Much love. No, everybody makes me feel old. That Siren Head thing earlier and me not knowing what it was, that made me age 10 years. So you didn't do it, Mr. Ajax. Whoever brought up dang Siren Head did. Freaking Siren Head. Who the hell is that guy? All right, let's go on. Eric Anderson here says, James Gunn denied the Green Arrow rumors. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, see, I figured he would not be Green Arrow. They would make Green Arrow casting a big deal. Reed Jackson says, yesterday was my birthday. Oh, dude, happy birthday, Reed. I didn't know. First time meeting Chris as an editor. I've learned a lot from him and I hope to keep him growing. Dreams do come true. Thank you. Well, I didn't know that, Reed. You should have let me know. But then again, you don't have much like social media to let me know. But happy birthday, Reed. We appreciate you here. Eric Anderson says, 5 new characters that to bring into the MCU if rebooted. Mainly X-Men characters. Quicksilver. I would like them to do Quicksilver again. Let's see here. Who else? I mean, it's really just the X-Men I want brought in. Punisher. Oh, they got everybody else. That's what I'm saying. Starlistic says, do you think Superman should have the title card like the Suicide Squad did? Where it was like the Suicide Squad versus Starro, the Conqueror or Operation Harley 8 minutes early. Oh, that would be cool. I'll be down wherever they pop in the Superman title card, but later, I love when movies pop in a title card like well into the film. That's just such a hype movie moment if you do it right. Adam Yu says thoughts on new Zelda movie from Canada. Oh, I'm excited for it. I always said Link and Zelda was never like my favorite Nintendo property. In fact, my first Zelda game was Breath of the Wild on the Switch. It's mainly because my friend was a big Zelda fan. He's like, you got to play it, and it was a pretty good game. But I'm just more excited to see how they make that fantasy world work. And I like West Ball. Wait till we find out whose cast is Link. Ain't gonna be Tom Holland. Gonna be Jack Black. What we got? Thoughts on Ready or Not, Here I Come. I just hope they keep some of the magic stuff slightly realistic. That's to me the only annoying parts of those movies. It's like I love the idea of magicians who do heists and can do this stuff and mix it in together. But when the magic isn't actually believable and it's just like actually flat out magic, it takes me out a little bit. Just a little bit. In my honest opinion, I would allow a Chucky reboot if OG continues get a conclusive final first. Maybe a streaming film to end the OG timeline, then reboot. I don't even know what they do now. Like, again, I want to pay all love and respect to Don Mancini because he created it and he's running this engine all the way through. So I know I'm ungrateful when I say it, but it's just gotten so messy and convoluted. Unless we're just jumping to a different timeline and ignoring everything that has happened, I just don't know what else you do. I don't know what else you do. Thoughts on Toph being girly in Avatar Netflix? I wish I knew what you was talking about, buddy. If you're talking about like the Avatar Airbender stuff, I'm not knowledged in that world, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Aang, the yoga bender. That's what I say. DJ Clever says a Hercules remake will be inspired by TikTok. I did see those comments. I think they were taken a little out of context, but yeah, maybe it's a good. Maybe the Russo brothers don't need to be producing that movie. Maybe we just let someone else get a handle of that because I need that hit Hercules movie to hit. That movie could be so cool that Hercules fighting the big dragon with the multiple heads, dude. That scene is so cool in animated form. If you can do that in live action, I would be so happy. I would be so happy. Mickey Madison or Caitlin Dever as Black Cat. Mickey Madison. Oh my goodness. You seen Honora? Got that thing on replay. Mickey Madison, I think, has what I would like from a Black Cat in Spider-Man world. Because you gotta be sweet, but you also gotta be seductive. Like that's just a trait Black Cat has. Because that's how she gets you. You thinking she's gonna smooch you, and then she takes away your diamonds. I think I go on with Mickey Madison. And she was great as a Ghostface, too. Mario says, I keep watching the Fantastic Four trailer. It makes me wish we would have got the Elseworld movie in Marvel. Yeah, I went to the theater to go watch Until Dawn, right? And they played the old Fantastic Four trailer, which is still a nice trailer. But I was like, dang, why couldn't they play that new trailer? Because that new trailer is great, and I would have loved to have seen it on the big screen. I do really like that trailer. I'm psyched for that movie. And they did play Fantastic Four trailer in front of my Thunderbolts screening, and it was nice. The general audience is hyped for that movie. They seem very excited for that. So it was cool to see the Marvel gang get excited for that trailer. Eric Anderson says, can you say if Daredevil Born Again is mentioned in Thunderbolts? Honestly, no, it's not. No. They mention a bunch of other things that have happened, like they reference Black Widow, they reference Captain America Brave New World, couple of stuff here and there that's within the Marvel world, even like referencing the old Avenger movie, the original one. No Daredevil Born Again, sadly. Mikey Hernandez says Darth Vader versus Scarlet Witch. You're awesome, by the way. Oh, thank you. I'm going Scarlet Witch. Darth has got them powers, but I feel like Scarlet could really mess with Anakin in his mind. The Chips Nicole says, hey, Chris, I mentioned the Karate Kid a bucket 2 years ago. I got to say the Jurassic World popcorn bucket is the worst design you'll see. Oh, no. Is it out yet? What's it look like? Let me see if I can. Or is this just your insider information? Because I have not seen
this bucket yet, and I can't seem to find anything on it. So you must just have some insider popcorn bucket knowledge, buddy. I hope it's not the worst. I need it to be good. James Center Smith sends in some love. Thank you, James. Mario says he has an Australian accent, not Southern. Is it Australian? I haven't seen it in a while. Is it Australian? To me, it always sounded kind of countryish, kind of Southern. Okay, good to know. Sorry, Mario. It's been a while. I guess you're right. It is kind of Australian. It sounded Southern to me. Sorry. Payne O'Rourke says, Chris, I saw Sinners last night. It was amazing. Well done film. Are you going to go see Accountant 2? The first one is my top 5 favorite movie. I'm seeing it tomorrow. Love you, man. Help. I'm going to see it. I don't know if I'll review it, though, but I do want to see it because I like Ben Affleck. I like John Bernthal. It's described as almost like a buddy cop movie. Why not? Why not? James Center Smith says, what do you think of Doom the Dark Age trailer? What is Doom the Dark Age? Is that like a video game? If it's one of the Doom things, I don't have much of a comment on Dooms, unfortunately. Doom, oh jeez. Doom the Dark Ages. Yeah, it's one of those. I've never played those games, unfortunately, buddy. I've only seen like the movie with The Rock. That's all I know about Doom. Do you think they'll introduce Harry and Norman? Oh, they better. It would be such a misservice. And I still got my theory that Norman Osborn is going to end up being a student at the university that Tom Holland goes to, and Peter's going to know him by name, like Norman Osborn, and he's going to want to keep a close eye because he knows in the multiverse Norman is a bad guy. So let me befriend him. That'd be a nice twist. It'd be different. I know it wouldn't be the way people would like it, but that'd be the twist I'd go with. But I hope they bring in Harry and like Gwen and some other notable characters. Updates on TASM 3 happening? It ain't happening. I think it's time to let that one go, unfortunately. I wish it would happen, though. I think we'll still see Andrew someday, but I don't think it'll be TASM 3. Who would you cast for the villain that have been in Andrew or Toby's movies for MCU Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Venom, Lizard? Like, well, what the heck? That's a lot, Elliot. Green Goblin? Giancarlo Esposito as Norman Osborn would actually go hard. Doc Ock, Jesse Plemons, Sandman, Dave Bautista, Venom. John Cena. He's maybe not got the acting chops, but John Cena has more of a Eddie Brock body than I think we've gotten in any of the movies. That's how I picture Eddie Brock to look like. Almost like a John Cena. Lizard. Who would be a good lizard? Someone nerdy looking. Someone scientific-y looking. You know what? Bill Hader. Electro. Chris Tucker. Why not? Rhino? A real rhino. There you go. Do y'all think Abigail is better than Sinners? No. I like Abigail. I enjoyed it a lot. Sinners is miles better. Miles better. Just saw someone in the chat asking. The Ant Gamer 95 says, I just finished watching Sinners and I think your review was spot on. Thanks for the content. Hey, glad you loved it, man. Yeah, that's a great movie. I'm glad people are loving that. A lot of people loving that movie. Michael Christie says, you think Dr. Doom will kill Thor in Doomsday or other Avengers to show how powerful he is? If not Thor, what? I think so. I don't think Thor is going to have any more movies after Avengers or Secret Wars. So it's either they kill Thor or they end his story in a way where we don't have to see him anymore. And yeah, there's something about Thunderbolts where I'm like, I can so bet that this person only exists just to show how strong Doom is. But yeah, I could pretty much guess who that is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Antonio, can we get a Riz Mew face? Shout out Frankie Pug. Good stuff. Good stuff. Karate Kid 4D says, I've been planning to do a video game movie marathon where I watch the first one to the last. Wish me luck, Papa Chris. Whoa, that's a lot of video game movies, buddy. And not all of them are great. I think only like 10% of them are good. Have you ever heard about the Lamb Brothers comic? I have not, my friend. Is that worth watching? Is that good? I'll just search it off really quick here to the side just to get an idea. Lamb Brothers comic. Yeah, it does not look familiar, but I'm glad you enjoy that, buddy. Me and Mason made a movie called The Robbery Fight. Hey, you and Mason made cinema, and you never forget that. I've never heard of The Robbery Fight, though. Vincent Van Gogh, Vincent Van Goon says, Chris, give me a 30-second Black Mirror review. I really dug this season. I think the weakest episode was it the one called Playroom? And the I did not like, I thought it had such a great start, but I thought the episode where they go into the movie, the black and white one, I wanted to like that more than I did. I think it went on a little too long. No offense to the actress who played it, but she just was not connecting with her, did not believe the chemistry with the characters. My favorite was Eulogy, though, with Paul Giamatti. I thought that was a really beautiful one. I did like the sequel episode to the Star Trek one they did with Jesse Plemons and all that. I just didn't like the ending of that episode. And I don't know if they're just setting up for a part 3, but I did not like the ending of that episode. They, again, had a strong start with it. Could have been cool, but did not like the ending. Rest of it, pretty good season. Pretty good season of Black Mirror. I enjoyed it. Favorite non-MCU Tom Holland movie? Oh, probably the one with the hurricane. What was that one? The Impossible. I think it was what it was called. Not even kidding. I think it was Jesus, man. Where's my keyboard? The Impossible. Yes. Really great movie. It's a true story about a hurricane and a family that has to try and survive it through it. Ewan McGregor's in it. Tom Holland is wonderful. I'm pretty sure that's the movie that got him Spider-Man. Thoughts on Little Tekka? I don't know who Little Tekka is, but I hope she all right. DJ Clever says John Cena Sandman could look comic book accurate. Oh, actually, that's right. I still want him as Eddie Brock. Percy Jackson versus Harry Potter. Oh, Harry Potter kicking his butt. I think Percy can get it. I think Percy can get like some good swings on him. But I think Harry Potter got that magic. Expecto Per Jackson. Diablo says unwatched Jeepers Creepers 4. Oh, which one would I unwatch? Jeepers Creepers 4. Exorcist Believer was good for like 30, 40 minutes, and then it went downhill. Jeepers Creepers was never good at any moment. Chris, have you ever played Marvel Rivals? Yes, I played it. I did like 2 hours of it. I liked it, but I had no need to go back. It was honestly kind of repetitive and boring for me after a while. I said I'll come back when they get Daredevil in there. Jay, I'm still like, there's so many friends and people I follow that I love and respect that are still playing Marvel Rivals. Now I'm like, how are you not bored of that? I got bored of it after 2 hours. I had like a blast the first hour. Then when it got to hour 2, I was like, same thing happened with, what was that game? All-Stars, with the game that they put out, the Warner Brothers game where like Batman and LeBron James and all that. It was a fun game for like a day. And then I was just done. Do you think they're going to do the Sentry justice and bring Hulk justice to make them fight like in the comics? It would be cool. There's definitely things I'm going to talk about with the Sentry in my Thunderbolts review. Some positive, some negative. There is one really cool scene with the Sentry, though. There's one scene where I was like, oh, dude, that's hype. That's hype. Tony Balaga says, did you see that one of the castings for Lanterns might be yeah, we just talked about that and James Gunn debunked it, so it's not happening. But Green Arrow, I'm sure, will be coming in the future. The Pink Meanie person says Sinners looks boring. Change my mind. It's not. It's cinema, it's history, and if you don't watch it in theaters, you're gonna watch it one day at home and regret you didn't watch it in theaters. It is not, it's everything but boring. It's a culmination of everything that's great. But hey, it's not your kind of movie. It's not your kind of movie. That's fine. I'm not going to be one of those kinds of be like, this guy didn't like Sinners. He a sinner. Say that again. Nappy Boy 07 says, what's your favorite candy? Mackanax. I DoorDash that bag today. Don't give me that YouTube money. I do stupid things like that. DoorDash and Mike and Ike's is crazy. I know. I know. Mickey Hernandez says, "Have you seen The Other Side of the Box horror short?" No. Is it good? Leave me your review, Mikey. Miguel Velez says, "Between Child's Play 2, Dream Warrior, Friday 13th, Jason Lives, Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers." Wait, dang, now you threw in Dream Warrior in there. I was gonna quickly say Child's Play 2. I love Child's Play 2. Favorite Chucky movie to this day. But I do really love Dream Warriors. It's a tie between those two, but if I had to pick Dream Warriors, then Child's Play 2, probably Halloween 4, and then Friday the 13th. I'm seeing Drop tomorrow. Can you give me more of an insight on what to expect? I think it's a really thrilling movie. It has a whodunit element. So somebody that you meet is the person behind everything. See if you can figure it out beforehand. I think the movie does a really fun job of throwing you some clues one way, throwing you off the scent other ways. I do think it just jumps the shark at the end when it tries to be actiony with a car chase and windows blowing up and things like that. But it's still a suspenseful, intense movie. I think you'll like it. McLovin27 says, "If you woke up looking like the Thing tomorrow, what would you do?" I'd be sad. I'd rub my fingers together and see if I can make little salt dust come out. And then I'd cry. James Center Smith says, "Would you eventually like to see Batman with his comic book accurate white eyes? If they could do it for Wolverine, you could do it for Batman." I mean, yes, but I think it does have to be a thing where it's a limited use thing, not so much for the full movie. I think the DCU Batman is going to attempt it. But I mean, the Robert Pattinson movie with the Batman really showed off how important the eyes can be in a performance and how much you'd be missing if you completely white them the whole movie. But we'll see. We'll see. I think they will do it for the DCU Batman. Will Poulter as Electro is perfect. That's good. I like that casting. Yes, no. Severance review. Please, baby mama. I did give out my thoughts whenever the season ended. I dug it. I loved it. I thought it was genius piece of cinema. And I'm sad that it ended on a cliffhanger, but I'm glad they're not going to wait like 3 years again to give a season 3. Loved it. He's a rapper. He makes bops. His new song is catchy. Okay. I'll check it out, Love Angel. Thanks for putting me on, keeping me young and informed. Emily Rose says, "Thoughts on the last Ronin movie in development?" I was thinking about that today, Emily. I'm like, dude, where is this movie? You announced it, rated R. It's been 2 years now. No development, no movement. Better not be getting cold feet on me, Nickelodeon, because I'm surprised you even approved that to happen. Because again, Nickelodeon are the ones who own the rights to the Turtles. The fact that they said they're making a rated R Ninja Turtle movie. So where is it? I'm surprised we haven't gotten an update. I wish we did. Any 3C lore on origin of red lights? Literally, the origin is I like red lights. I love horror movies. So when a horror movie can put in red lights, I think that's cool. Red lights. That's the whole origin. DJ Klefker sends in some support. Thank you so much. Do you watch any sports? No. From time to time, I'll watch boxing, like when Canelo fights or any upcoming fighters. Like, who's that new guy? Andy Garcia? Is that his name? I'll watch that, especially because my dad's into boxing. So that's really the only time. And Super Bowl for the trailers, though. And I wouldn't mind basketball, but I'm only gonna do it if I have a friend with me who likes that. I would never put sports on by myself. No. McLevin27 says, "If you teleport to the last show you watch, what you do?" Oh, okay. The last show I watched was The Studio. I try to make a movie in the studio. I'd take Seth Rogen's job because he makes so many dumb mistakes in that show, but it's very funny. Peyton Rorick says, "Any updates for Scream 7? Didn't something online leak? Like, I didn't see any leaks. Not that I saw. I think it's been kind of quiet lately. I think they finished filming, so it's going to be quiet until we get a poster probably at the end of summer and trailers and stuff around Halloween." DJ Clever says, "Vin Diesel as Rhino." Oh, dude, you got all the perfect. Vin Diesel as Rhino would probably be pretty good. Let's see if he could do a Russian accent, though. It's not going to be better than mine. James Center Smith says, "Do you think they will use Hellbat's suit for Batman?" No, I don't think they will. Maybe in a later movie, but not to start off. Can you talk about the lady talking behind you? Dude, do not freak me out because that is terrifying. Dude, that's some scary stuff. That is some scary stuff. As of yesterday, for my last birthday, I had my first meeting with Chris as an editor. As I've learned and hope to keep growing, dreams do come true. Oh yeah, you put that message earlier. I'm happy it was your birthday, Reed. Happy it was your birthday, man. Loved you. Love you. All right. That was the final super chat. We ended here tonight, guys. I appreciate all of you who stick around and watch the 3C live stream. Y'all are fantastic people. Do not forget to stay on the channel. I love y'all's faces. More movie content headed your way. Stay good. Be true. Tell your mama, your grandma, you do love her. You don't hate her. And toilet time. Also, W stream. I do need toilet time after this. Time for that. Adios, amigos. Adios.